Welcome along. Oh, dearie me. What is that? Let's go on to that then and say don't switch. There we go. We are live then with the track vote then for round 13 of the event league. We have got, I need to, hang on. Let me go on show results. There we go. That's better then. I'm just trying to get this sorted, really. There we are then. We are live then with the round 13 of the event league then, and we are going to be voting on 3 different tracks then. We've got currently 6 votes then for Mexico, then 10 votes for Brazil, and 2 votes for Vegas. As it stands, with only a minute and a half left to go then with the voting. As it stands then, with 56% of the vote, then Brazil leads the way at this moment in time then, but we'll wait and see then if there's any last minute changes to that as well then. But we are going to get ourselves through into round 13 then, and we'll have a quick look then in the as I let's see if this works actually. A quick look at the standings then, whilst we get the last minute away of voting then. Kieran leads the way then with 236 points then from Equaz in P2 and Vesia in P4 then. Lewis and Legend P4 and 5 then. Tori in P6, and unfortunately not racing tonight then. Same for Cam in P7 then. Reflection in P8 then. Kaz in P9 and Srivatsa P10 then. In the constructors, I've got to rush through this because the vote's about to end. In the constructors, 319 points for Kick then, and Racing Balls P2 with Haas now up into the top 3 as well then, with 225 points there as well. Goodness me. Right then, let's get this back on then as well then, shall we? No, we don't want to see the lobby. We want to see No, we don't want to see that either. Goodness me, what is going on there? In the voting then, 58 points there for 58%, sorry, for Brazil. You can tell we're getting used to this, aren't we? So yeah, we're going to get the voting done in only a few seconds now then, and we will see then. But currently Brazil leads the way with 58% of the vote, 11 votes there for Brazil, and that is that then. The poll has been completed. And we can get rid of that screen as well then. There we go. Then the winning vote then was Brazil in the end as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. And we can crack on then with the start of the Grand Prix as well then. And we will get ourselves going, I think, here then in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Once I've said everyone can go. Good luck, everybody. So there we are then. And we can crack on now then, as the track has been chosen then. It is going to be the Brazilian Grand Prix for round 13 then, and we can kick off then here. I think not too many people are going to be, I don't think, unfavourable to that, but yes, we'll wait and see if there's going to be anybody in the comment section as well then that doesn't like Brazil. But it's not everyone's favourite cup of tea, but I don't think it's anybody's worst tracks really. Of course, Vegas and Mexico can be a bit iffy then for some drivers as well there. But we have got that track sorted now. I need to find the comment section for YouTube, and we can crack on then with round 13 then. As there we go. Serious Mushroom said, I practiced Mexico then. Goodness me. Unfortunate then for, well, not unfortunate, I suppose, because Mexico is coming up. So it's in the bronze championship then next Wednesday then for Mushroom then. Just because she dances go. It don't make her a big, oh dear. All right. Oh, he's in Mexico then, is Mushroom. Oh, he practiced Mexico. Well, that's what I said. He's done a good job there, because, of course, he's now prepared for Wednesday as well, because, of course, gold, silver and bronze will be racing in Mexico from tomorrow night then as well then. So stay tuned for that there. I practiced Mexico, says Styles as well then. Well, Styles has got his practice in as well for... is practicing as well for silver on Monday, so everyone's been practicing Mexico then ahead of the upcoming round, but they've missed out this one. Of course, this was a vote between Mexico, Brazil and Vegas, and I don't think anybody wanted to do Vegas for sure, but Mexico was up there as well then. Scraps then, says Equaz then. Unfortunately, scraps for Equaz. Oh, dearie me, it's a bit wet then to start off qualifying as well here as we load into the lobby, and well, it's intermediate tyres then, says the telemetry, but we'll wait and see then what actually happens out on track then. Everybody is in then, everybody can get cracking then for the start of this Grand Prix. Of course, we're not sure what the weather's going to hold then for the race itself then, but we'll wait and see as we get ourselves sorted then. I think everybody has got themselves in. And we'll just have to get their setups acclimatised then and get everything sorted for the start of qualifying then, as we've already got a Mercedes, I think, heading out on track. It's a Mercedes then of Dark Shadow then. Of course, Dark Shadow is, I'm not sure how old he's turned actually, but it's his birthday today then, so happy birthday then to Dark Shadow then, or Kia in the Discord as well then. Great stuff indeed then to celebrate your birthday with a very wet start in qualifying. Hopefully we'll wait and see what the race is like, but a very wet start then for qualifying then. Out out on track first as well then to celebrate then the birthday boy himself as he heads out onto the circuit, then heading into the Sena del Lago, of course, which of course is the Sena of the Lakes, or something like that, loosely translated, but it's probably not exactly the same. I've forgotten to turn on the audio again then, so there you go. I've turned the audio on now, and you can hear the vehicles on the circuit as we go through then into Sector 2. Very, very wet out there indeed, but I think everyone is going to try and soldier on with the intermediate tyre then, it seems, then in the start of this qualifying session. Then we'll have to wait and see if it's going to get heavier or if it's going to dry up then throughout this session as well then. We'll wait and see, but we go out on track then for a few more drivers as well then. We'll ride on board then with the Mercedes driver then, as he is first out on circuit, then the birthday boy then looking to get himself the first lap time of the session. Let's see what it's going to be as we go through then up the hill towards the start finish straight then as well then. So let's see what he can do then. We were talking in the Discord earlier about going to the Brazil Grand Prix, not just for the Brazil Grand Prix part of it, but there we are then. It says it's a dry race then, says Equaz then, but it's EA, so does that mean you don't know? So you never know. But there we go then, as Kia then heading through the ZRSs then to start off the first flying lap of the session then. Those wet conditions then can play a bit of havoc through here, but he's kept it nicely done indeed. Very good under control, I should say, or in control I should say then, for the Mercedes driver. Then a 21.0 to set the first sector time then on the timing sheets then as we go through then into Sector 2 now then. Let's see what's going to happen here then with Kia. Then that has just come out of the pit then, I think, so he's not on a flying lap then yet, but we'll wait to see what the Mercedes driver can do then, as oh dear me, my stream is way behind now. Goodness me, what's going on there? Now we've caught up. Good stuff indeed then. Heading through the horseshoe then of Sector 2 then. This is the depths of the technical part of the circuit then. You can't put your foot flat to the floor, especially in these conditions just yet then, but now as we head through, clipping a bit of the grass, and that can be dangerous stuff indeed, but he's kept it nicely out of the way, or out of the way of a spin, that is, as we now go through then in towards Sector 3 then. Purple once again, of course, it's a 105.1 then in the second split, then heading up the hill then towards the start finish line. Then let's see where Dark Shadow's going to pop that Mercedes in, and of course on his birthday he would like to put it on pole position, of course, wouldn't he? But there's no DRS to play with then to go through towards the line. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be a 23.9 then to set ourselves underway in this qualifying session there. Good stuff indeed then from the birthday boy. Kaz has done a 20.4. Goodness me then. What's Marsky got then? Is Marsky coming to the line next? No, he's not, because Vessi has done 21.1. Then here comes Marsky to the line. It's going to be a 21.9 for Marsky. Puts himself P3. Then Vessi has done a 21. Oh no, Bunce has done a 20.7. In the very pink, it's a very pink indeed that, it's a very pink Racing Bulls then, but he has stepped in then in place of, I can't remember now, I'm afraid, sorry, Liam's done 21.6, puts himself P4 on the second row of the grid then. More times tumbling in reflection with a 22.2. I think we might see quite a few drivers then out on track for a little while in this session, because, oh dearie me, Kia needs to get out that way of that kick Sauber then, because that kick Sauber I think might still be on a lap potentially, or as it's going through again then. Bunce then has done a 20.7, puts himself on the front row, and then as it stands with Kaz then on pole position. Then after the first outing, Sriracha with a 21.1 as well, then puts himself on the second row of the grid, then demotes Liam down a place. Then Reaper's done a 22.0, puts himself P7 as reflection, then Justify with a 22.5, puts himself P9, then ahead of Dark Shadows off the circuit. Then I think he's just trying to get out of the way then, but we're not sure exactly who's on a lap or not, to be honest, at this stage. So we've got Legend jumping up to P2 with a 20.6 then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then onto the front row of the grid then as it stands. Very good stuff indeed. Then we've got Dark Shadow still crawling around the circuit. Then he needs to make sure he gets himself back in the pit lane or doesn't get himself disqualified. Then I think Liam has just... No, somebody else has jumped up the order then. Who was that? No, it might not be anybody then. There we go. Vessia then starting off another lap then as well then. Sriracha down to P5 then with his teammate improving. Then here comes Liam. Then Liam has not improved on that lap. Then he stays P7. Then we've just had Mushroom jump up the order to a 21.6 as well. Then 21.6 seems to be a popular time of the session so far. Then P7 then for the Mushroom. Then good stuff indeed. Yellow flags out there if that's for Dark Shadow still. Then trying to get out of the way and back to the pit lane here. I think that's all it. That's everything that's being said at the moment. Then as we go through, then we've just had somebody jump up the order. corner, and it was Kieran then in the other kick Sauber. So it's a kick Sauber front row lockout as it stands. Equaz up to P5 with a 21-1. Puts himself just behind his teammate then as well, then, and Legend as well there. But currently kick Sauber locking out the front row here then. Evening, mate, then, and just having a smoke. Because me, Reaper, and Grip are busy from another race as well. Then, of course, yes, they just jumped into one, then and jumped back into another one as well. Then has Houses as well. Then, so he's just enjoying a bit of a hit then as well. Then a 99 from Kaz, and puts himself even further into pole position. We might be seeing with that sort of time then that the track conditions are improving slightly out there. Then we'll wait and see. Bunce then starting off a new lap then as well. Then we'll come back to him. Then we've had Vessia jump up to P2 with a 20.6 as well. Then only 10 hundredths of a second behind, ahead of Kieran. Then but Liam's jumped up to P2 with a 20.4. Fantastic stuff indeed from Liam, who's on a charge here. Then that McLaren has been doing a great job in the last few rounds of the season. Then Srivatsa improves to 20.6, puts himself P3 here. Then fantastic stuff indeed. Times are tumbling here in Brazil. Then we'll wait and see then what the next situation is going to be. Then Kieran improves to 20.2, takes back that P2 position in the kick Sauber there. Good stuff indeed. Williams of Game and then has finished his first lap. That's a 20.1, puts himself P9 here then in the first outing for the Williams driver. Reaper then starting off another lap, or is he? I think he improved on that lap time actually, so he's going to be staying P10 for now then, but he has got himself a time on the board then. Here comes Vintage. Vintage flying to the line then. Let's see where the McLaren will go then. It's going to be a 23.4, but he stays P15 for now then. We've got a Haas right behind us as well then. That Haas was closing in. That was Legend. Legend just finished a lap then, so he's gone P2, then he's split the kick Sauber pair, a 20.1 then from Legend, puts himself onto the front row of the grid then as it stands. Oh no, we've had Bunce jump up to a 1 minute 20 on the dot then. Fantastic timing from Bunce there as well then. Great stuff indeed. We love that because it makes me OCD happy. Oh god, no, that's not good. Through the SNRS, said he's clouted the wall, then he's lost a bit of front wing. Thankfully, he's still in the session, then he did retire from that there. But goodness me, that was a big clout with the wall. Those conditions then playing a bit of havoc then as we go through into the next part of qualifying. Then Liam back on track. Srivatsa back into the pit lane. Here comes Equaz to start off a lap, I think, then for Equaz. Or is he coming into the pit lane? Now wait and see what he does here then as we go through then into... he might be going for a lap here actually. Equaz, he's gone on to pole position then. Goodness me, and what do I know that I couldn't even tell. It's a 19.8 then from Equaz, who takes away that pole position from Kaz as it stands. Fantastic lap indeed. Then we've got a Haas going slowly there as well. Then as we go through into sector 3, then Kaz has found some time though. Kaz has found some time in the first two sectors. Can he respond and take back that pole position here then as we round the top of the hill to finish off the lap? Then here comes the kick Sauber machine as he crosses the line. It's going to be an improvement for sure. Then where's it going to put him then? It's going to put him back up into P1 with a 19.6 then from Kaz. Fantastic stuff. Very good stuff indeed. So Kaz reclaims pole position, then Equaz and Bunce then in the Racing Bulls then are looking on good form here as well. Then we'll wait and see what they can do then. Vessia finishes the lap, then he improves by half a second. He goes to P4 with a 20.0 then as well. Then onto the front row, or second row of the grid I should say. Legend back out on circuit as well, and has found it's definitely getting better out there in terms of the track conditions, or maybe the drivers are just getting their eyes in around this circuit as well then as we head through into sector 2. But they're finding time then. Liam has found 0.2 of a second, then goes P7 because Kieran's taken that top spot now then away from his teammate as well then with a 19.6, and that is 13 thousandths of a second separating the two kick Saubers as well as we go through into the last part of qualifying now then. Goodness me, as Legend I think is on a lap here as well then, so we'll see what Legend can do then as we go through. Then X Gamer's just starting off a new lap as well then in the Williams car, and then looking to improve on P9 then. Reaper is heading through into the center S's. Then where is Legend? Then Legend out of the final corner. He's fighting the car then with the grip being just diminished by this wet weather. Then as we go through towards the line, then let's see where the Haas driver is going to go. Then he's currently P6. It's going to be P4 then with a 19.9 then onto the second row of the grid and splitting the two Racing Bulls as it stands as well here then. Goodness me. All action then as well then in this qualifying session then. Liam then back out on circuit. Then is Liam then on a lap? That is the question. Then is he going to be able to beat his time? Then he has not beaten his time, but I think he's going again. Then is the McLaren driver as well. Then we'll come back to him. Reaper then fighting the car then through the S's through the horseshoe section of sector 2 as Justify also out on track then going through into sector 2 as well. Then goodness me, that car is being thrown in and hoping that it sticks then for Justify. Mushroom then to the line. What can Mushroom do? It's going to be P11. Then he finds 0.3 of a second then and puts himself up into P11 as well. Then we've got another kick Sauber coming through. That's a kick Sauber of Kieran, who is I think starting off another lap then. Oh dearie me, what's going on? And I'm not sure what's happening, to be honest. Right, let me just close that. And for some reason I've gone live again then apparently, so I'm not sure what is happening here. Hopefully, I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. I am live, I believe. So that's all good. Right then. Fantastic. Let's get back to the action, shall we then? Because I've missed out a bit. Then Equaz has reclaimed pole position. I'm sorry, Equaz, I missed you that. A 19.1 then. 0.5 of a second then ahead of P2 then as it stands. But Kieran's also on lap as well. And I think the dry line is starting to form then. Or maybe it's just the activity out on track then is starting to clear some of that standing water as well as we go through then into sector 3. What's Kieran's delta saying then as we go through here? Then it's going to be 0.4 up then. That would not be enough then. Can he find more time through here? Heading up the hill then towards the start-finish line then to finish off his qualifying lap. Then he's got 5 minutes to go then in this session. Heading to the line then. Here comes the kick Sauber. Then he might get a distant tow from that Ferrari then who's just coming to the pit lane. Then here comes kick Sauber. Here comes Kieran, sorry. He finds 0.4 of a second, but he stays P2. And that is 0.1 of a second now. Then the gap between pole sitter Equaz and Kieran in P2 as it stands. But again, there's still 5 minutes to go in this session, and 20.1 then Gamer finds a second then on that previous lap time, puts himself up into P7 as well. Then fantastic stuff indeed. Then Liam coming through, then Reaper's improved to P9 as it stands as well. Then Hussein heading through then into sector 2. Then he's gained just under 0.1 of a second in the first sector as it stands. Then into sector 2 we've got Marsky as well. Then is Marsky going to be improving on his time? Then let's see as we head into sector 3 now then for the Red Bull. Then let's see what that delta is saying. Then he's found 0.6 of a second. Then that's going to be a massive improvement indeed then. But we've got Bunce heading to the line. No, he's starting a lap. Never mind, ignore me. McLaren then of Liam back into the pit lane. Where is Marsky then? Marsky heading towards that start-finish line then as we head to the final part of qualifying now. Then here comes Marsky. Marsky improves then by 0.8 of a second. Puts himself P9 as it stands then on the 5th row of the grid. Goodness me. Yes, I can't keep up with all this. This is the problem with having wet qualifying. Nobody goes out there, does one lap and comes back in. Everyone just cracks on with it. Vessia is coming back into the pit lane though. Oh dear, that kick Sauber has just taken out the pit board then, so that's going to be a problem for the kick Sauber as well there. Reaper then jumps back ahead of Marsky, then he improves by just over 0.1 of a second, then takes back that P9 position from the Red Bull then as we go through. Then we've got a Williams, then that is X-Gamer starting off his lap as well. Then where is the other Williams? Then that is I Have No Grip. Then he is starting his first outing here. Then of course he hasn't got a time on the board just yet, unfortunately. So he's going to have to sort himself out then quickly in this qualifying session. I don't mean that as an argumentative phrase. I just meant it as he needs to get himself a lap time on the board. And he's struggling. He's fighting in that car, then heading down towards sector 2, sorry. We've got to do sector 2 before sector 3. But there we go then. We've got a McLaren. That's a McLaren of vintage on an outlap. I think then there's a, oh dear, what's happened then? We've got an Alpine off the track as well then at the top of the hill. But I think he's just trying to get out of the way there. Oh, that's that Mercedes as well then is going to has tried to get himself in the mix there. It seems that's Halsey then off the circuit as well. I think, thank goodness me, they're all having a few issues out there. Then the Williams then of I Have No Grip then has got himself through into the horseshoes of Sector 2. And now we see what he can do then on his first outing then here in this qualifying session. Then that Alpine, I think that Alpine's further ahead though, isn't he? No, he's not. That's not the Alpine I'm looking for. It's this Alpine of Reaper then. Reaper coming back into the pit lane, I think, then, because that fuel light flashing away then. So we'll come back to that then. Here comes the Williams driver then. He's gone purple in Sector 2. That's promising stuff indeed. That Ferrari is also off the circuit there. Not sure what's happening there then as well. Then as we've got the sirens of support going through a pass-by window. Here comes the Williams driver of I Have No Grip. Then he's going to go P12 with a 20.7 then as well. Then on his first outing then. That's a good sight to then as well for the Williams team. Then Justify improves to P15. He finds 6.5 tenths of a second there in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed. The time's tumbling in and needs to be last man out on circuit. It looks like then as Gamer's improved. No, he hasn't. Who's improved? Srivatsa's improved to P4, then Gamer was P4, I think. Then Srivatsa has taken back P4 then from the Williams driver. Then Legend out on circuit as well. Then he's found 4 tenths of a second. Yellow flags out there then for Williams, who's stranded, I think, then into Sector 2. But he's just getting out of the way. Here comes the Haas then of Legend then heading to the line. He might get a tow then from that Aston Martin ahead of us as well then. So that could gain a bit of extra time then through the straight. Then it's P3 for Legend. And as he goes past that Aston Martin then, I think, who is it? It wasn't Vessia then. It must have been Reflection then. Who Reflection, I think, just finished off a lap P14 for Reflection, unfortunately, at this moment in time. But has he got time to go again then in this qualifying session? We will find out soon then. Reaper has retired. He's in the pit lane then. He is done and dusted then. I Have No Grip then is coming to the line again then for his second outing. He's currently P12 then. Can he improve on that 20.7 then? Let's see. This is his final lap time then as well. As we go across the line, it's going to be a 20.4, improves to P10 there in the Williams car. Good stuff indeed. Wow, it's P10 for now then, because of course there could be some that knock him a bit further down the order then. And this man in his teammate form, I should say, might be able to do that as well then as we head to the line. Or is he starting a lap then? I'm not quite sure. I think he's starting a lap then, never mind. Anybody just finishing a lap then? Anybody? Anybody? Justify's retired in the pit lane. It's going to be P15 at best then for the Red Bull driver then. That's that for Justify, unfortunately, then as well. Then I think everyone just starting off another lap, or the final lap I should say, of their qualifying campaign. Then yellow flags. That's for McLaren getting out of the way then of Ferrari. Then here comes Kieran. Then can he claim back pole position here then up to the line? It's going to be pole position by 1,000th of a second. My goodness me. That was a fantastic lap indeed. Equaz might have to fight back for that one then as we go through. Then Legend then is going to start off another lap just in time, I think, there. Wow, 1,000th of a second then. I don't think that has split anybody as closely in this qualifying campaign then this season. Goodness me, fantastic. Very well done indeed, I should say then, as Grip then coming back to the start-finish line. Then I think it might be the qualifying done and dusted, and he does not improve on that lap time there. Where is the Mercedes? Mercedes of Houses finished then P17. Then we've got an Aston Martin coming through. Then that is Vessia then, who stays P8. We've got an Alpine off the circuit at the top of the hill. Goodness me, what's happened there? Then here comes Bunce. Then can he improve? He goes up to P4. And then we've got a Williams. Then Gamer stays P7, but Kaz takes pole position with an 18.8 here. Then fantastic. But what can this man Equaz do about that then? Can he find that time? Then he comes to the line. It's going to be close. It's a 19.0. He puts himself P2. Well, he stays P2, I should say. Now we go to Kieran and Legend as well then, as we cross the top of the hill. Then there's a McLaren, then a McLaren Stratton trying to get out of the way. Then here comes Kieran. Then can he find the time? Then can he get himself on pole position? No, not quite. Then he stays P3. Then Legend next across the line to finish off the session. Then here he comes. It's going to be P4. He stays P4 then for Legend. Wow. Bottled Sector 1, says Equaz in, unfortunately. But Equaz then on the front row of the grid. My goodness me, then it was almost 1,000th of a second separating them. After qualifying has finished fully, then it's not exactly the same. But Kaz then is going to claim pole position here then in Brazil. Fantastic stuff indeed. And, well, that's absolutely brilliant stuff indeed as well then. What a qualifying then. If the race is anything half as good as that, then unfortunately, Hussein's left the session. I have to get you back in. I have to get you back in after the race has started, unfortunately. Then Kaz then P1, then Equaz P2, Kieran in P3, Legend P4, then Bunce in P5, then Liam in P6. Again, good qualifying from Liam. Then Srivatsa P7, Gamer in P8, then Vessia P9, Marsky in P10, then Grip, Reaper, Hussein, Reflection, Justify, Mushroom, Housey, Vintage, Dark Shadow, and Styles then round off P11 to P20. Oh, goodness me. And Vintage, I'm so sorry for that final corner then, says Equaz as well. They're not sure what happened at that final corner. But there we go then. Right, we've got 2 minutes. And we will get the drivers set up then. Of course, there's no formation lap here then. And we will get back underway then in just a jiffy. Well, the good thing is it's going to be nice and dry then, at least for the start of the Grand Prix, after that very wet qualifying indeed. But no, we're all good. We can get started then in just a moment's time. Then the drivers then just confirming the strategies, confirming the setups, and we will get underway then, of course. No formation lap then as well, as we get ourselves started here then for the Brazilian Grand Prix then. Hussein needs an invite. I can't invite you until the race has started, otherwise it causes more shenanigans for the start of the race, unfortunately, then for Hussein then. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get you in as quickly as possible then after the race start. Then here we go then, 5 lights are on then here in Brazil. Then the 5 red lights are out then, and away we go then as we get a good start then for the racing ball. There's a bit of a change, chopping and changing in the background as well as we go through then into turn 1. Then everyone's got themselves through, I think, unscathed, or have they? As we go through then, that Haas then trying to get himself past then Liam and Marsky then having a bit of a fight as well as we go through then into sector 2, or down towards sector 2, sorry. Everyone seems to have got themselves through unscathed then. I need to quickly just send an invitation as well then, but I don't know if I can then quickly. Oh God, come on. Oh, there we are. Right, Hussein, your invite is on the way. I need to find your name quickly. Come on. Oh, dearie me. There you go. Right, hopefully we didn't miss too much. So we go through then into the next part of the lap then as well then. Let's get rid of that. Good stuff indeed. Right then, Kieran has passed Equaz then into sector 2 then. So Kieran now up into P2 here. And I'm going to have that communicating with services error for the rest of the session now, I think. Lap 1 then, soon to be completed. Everyone has got themselves through unscathed, apart from both the Alpines, and of course Hussein was not in the session. Then Reaper, I'm not sure if he had an issue then, or if he was picked up by something else going on out there, but he's got himself back underway and back in the pack as well then, as we head through then into lap 2. Then Kieran then chasing after his teammate for the lead of this Grand Prix. Then the championship leader then chasing after a championship contender. Then Reflection has passed the Williams, and has he, or Justify trying to sneak through as well. Then I have no grips on the hard compound tyres, that's why, I think, potentially. But unfortunately then, as we go through then, as Reaper has passed Styles then as well then for P17, Reaper back on the charge and trying to regain those spots as well as we go through then. So Grip then on the hard compound tyres. We'll have a look at the tyre situation then in the next lap or so as we go through then into sector 2 once again. Then everyone's still status quo. Then Dark Shadow's gained 5 places then with a fantastic start there on his birthday as well, then looking to hold off his teammate then of Housey then as we go through then into the horseshoes then as well, but he's just dropped out of the DRS range for now. Can he get himself back in then is the question as we go through then into sector 3 then for the second time. Then up the hill we go then, Kieran closing in then on his teammate then as we go through there, and Is he going to have DRS? Then he is going to have DRS. Of course, it's lap 2. So he's going to have DRS to potentially go for the lead of the Grand Prix, but he's harvesting the battery now. Equaz is on the soft compound tyres. I can tell that from the telemetry there, but my goodness me, then that was a late move. He wasn't going for an overtake there, but he's looking to gain on the braking zone. Then, oh dear, he's gone wide though at turn 3 then, and that's opened the door for Legend to sneak through. Then Legend up into P3 now. Let's have a look at the tyre situation there, because we've got soft compound tyres for a few, we've got medium compound tyres, and we've got hard compound tyres for a few as well. So both Williams have gone for the hard compound tyres, as have both Mercedes. Housy's got himself ahead of his teammate. Goodness me. Oh no, what's happened there then? Oh, that's Dark Shadow then into the wall. Then he went straight over the gravel then as well, then and off the circuit. Then what's happened there? Has he got damage to that car as well? Then that's going to be a problem indeed if he has got damage then, as we go through then into sector 2 then, but we'll come back to that because I'm not sure what happened there. Then it seemed to be he went on the grass then into turn 4 then, didn't he there? But that car then definitely has damage because it's not turning at all. Then that right end plate will need some attention unfortunately there, as we go through then into lap 4 momentarily as well. Then X Gamer then is starting to feel the pressure then of Reflection, then the reigning champion then is Reflection, as we head towards lap 4 now then, and Reflection's going to sneak up into the top 10 here then, and passes then. Equaz has passed Legend, or repassed Legend I should say then, for P3, as Housy has dropped behind Mushroom as well. Then Mushroom then going through then, and then Reaper's gone through as well then up into P15. Reaper on the recovery then as well. So we just had Legend and Equaz swap places as well. Then Equaz on the soft compound tyres then, but of course they will last very well indeed. But they will, well no, they won't last very well indeed compared to the mediums and the hards, as Dark Channel is unfortunately having to make that pit stop then and change onto a new set of tyres and replace that front wing. Big shame there indeed. Then we just saw him go straight on then at the exit of the corner then as well. We're not sure what happened there. Equaz trying to get himself back within the DRS range then of the two Kick Sabres then, who currently lead the way. Then Kieran then has not passed his teammate, or not got past his teammate I should say. Whether he's tried or not is another question there, but as we go through then into sector 3, Equaz trying to get himself back within that 1 second window then, and I think he's just about done it then. Yes he has, and back up into the DRS range then is the Racing Bull driver then, as we head through onto lap 5 of 71 then. Fast pace being set then, both the Aston Martins are struggling then. Mulvesi is struggling because he's dropped out of DRS range of the top 8 then. Marsky then doing a great job then, as is Liam on those soft compound tyres as we go through the centre S's here. Evening everyone from Wabstappen as well then. Good evening to yourself sir. Hussein's back in the car then, he's past Styles then for P17. Goodness me, that Mercedes was very close indeed, as Srivatsa and Liam have swapped places as well then. So Srivatsa up into P6 there. Hussein passing Housy now then up into P16. Then Justifi's got the first penalty of the evening, going through into sector 2, and that is going to be added on to his race time at the end of the Grand Prix. Then we might see a few more drivers pick up a few penalties or two around this circuit as well. Then we'll wait and see as we go through then, but so far so good then. I thought Marsky's got no, Marsky I thought had an issue then, but no, he's all right then, is Marsky. Then he cracks on then in P8 then currently then. Maybe those soft compound tyres are starting to struggle on the McLaren already then, as we head up the hill. Then here comes somebody on the soft compound tyres, so that is Bunce then, and he is all over the back of Legend as we head up the hill then onto lap 6 momentarily then, but he's already through, and with DRS then makes his way up into P4 then. So it's an all Kick Sauber 1-2 or front of the order then, and it's an all Racing Bulls then 3-4 as well as we go through then. But I think that was very wide then from one of the Racing Bulls. And it's an all P5 and 6 Haas team as well. They're coordinating themselves out there as well indeed. But yes, of course, there's a bit of difference in terms of the tyre strategies as well. They both Kick Sabres on the medium compound tyres have managed to hold station as well and get themselves into the mix then. Equaz has lost out to the DRS now, is 1.9 seconds behind, and that could open the door then to his teammate then, potentially Legend. Srivatsa trying to sneak through there. Liam just trying to get himself into that 1 second window once again then, with Marsky chasing all over his tail as well then. Reflection's got himself past Vessia then for P9 then. Can the reigning champion then catch up to the field ahead and then get himself into the mix then for this race lead? We'll wait and see. Right then. hard compound tyres as well. We've got oh dear, is Marvsky. No, Marvsky's got past Liam there somehow, but it's compromised there because they've lost DRS there on the top 6 as it stands. But he's going to have to try and motor on those medium compound tyres as well then, because of course he is going to come into this race then quicker now than those on the softs then, as both Racing Bulls, even though they're not in the same livery, then have switched their roles around then, and Bunce now leads the pack then of this quadruple quartet, that's the one, as we go through then in towards sector 2. I keep getting those wrong for some reason. Anyway, Equaz has lost out then to his teammate for now then, but potentially playing the team game there as well. Then we've got a 3-team fight then as it stands then, because we've got, as Liam's picked up a penalty there as well, going through into the same sector then as Justified. Then Hussein has passed his teammate, has he then into P15? Yes, he has then on the soft compound tyres. As I was saying, I was about to say it there as well then, but the hard compounds, as Justified's gone very wide there with the dirty air. They're coming off that Williams and Aston Martin right in front of him there as well. And the hard compound tyres then will become the better tyre then as we go through the laps as well then. So we'll wait and see when that crossover starts to make an impact. Then I would imagine that in the next 5 or 6 laps or so, the medium compound tyre will be the better tyre then compared to the soft compound tyre then. And then we've got to probably wait another 5 or 6 laps after that then before the hard compound tyre really kicks in as well then. But we will find out then as we go through then. Is Srivatsa going to go for the move then on his teammate then into turn 1? No, Legend holds on then, he stays P5. Any more moves being made then? Reflection then is under pressure now from his teammate then. He's bringing Vessia, he's bringing Gamer, he's bringing Justify along with them as well then as we go through into the center S's then for the 8th time as well here. Hussein, oh god, he's trying to go down the inside of Mushroom then. Mushroom holds station there very nicely indeed. Oh god, no, he's not. Where's he gone? Mushroom's gone off the circuit then, and both Alpines have snuck through there. And I think Mushroom had a bit of a wiggle coming out of the centre S's, then that's let both Alpines go through. But of course, we'll wait and see then what's going to happen next then. But Mushroom then on we've got a hard compound tyre Alpine, and he's got a soft compound tyre Alpine ahead of him as well then. So I'm sure he'll be able to sneak past the soft compound tyre Alpine then in the next few laps or so, because those soft compound tyres will probably not be in a good shape then as we go through then. Style P18, then Vintage, then following them through then in P19, then Dark Shadow, then fair play indeed to the birthday boy. Then he's cracking on, he's gone for the hard compound tyres again and just trying to get some laps in then as well then, and hopefully he can get himself back in this race. If there's anything untoward that goes on, of course, that I mean a safety car or something like that, then of course Dark Shadow can get himself back into this race as well then. But well, like I said, I don't want safety cars because there's two things now. I want the safety cars then for Dark Shadow because it's his birthday then, and he deserves to have a good race as well then. But of course, at the same time, I don't want safety cars because I'm an admin and I have to deal with it all afterwards. So there we go. Pick your poison. Anyway, Legend then is now chasing after Equaz, and Equaz is starting to struggle, I think, on those soft compound tyres because he's lost out to the DRS of his teammate. Bunce then is 2.8 seconds behind the Kick Sambers. They're on medium compound tyres. They're going to be looking in a good spot then in this race as it stands then, as we go through then into lap 9 as well then. Further down the order, both Aston Martins and Aston Martins have caught up to Liam now as well. And Liam is struggling on those soft compound tyres, I'm sure of it now then, because unfortunately he's lost out quite a bit of a gap then, and he's now under pressure then from medium runners as we go through then into sector 3 momentarily as well here. Justify then in the mix as well then. Grip then will start to catch up as well then. He's only 1.7 seconds away then as we go through then into lap 10 momentarily as well then. Hussein then back up into P40. We've got yellow flags. That's Dark Shadow just getting out of the way though. Legend has passed Equaz for P4 then. Now the medium compound tyres kicking in, then Dark Shadow's got a penalty unfortunately then, as I think he went through this section of the track then, just trying to get out of the way then of the leaders coming through then. Legend now up into P4 then. Can he scamper away then? Liam's back past, or no he's not, because Reflection's trying to get himself through then up into P8 then. Reflection makes the move then, and with the aid of DRS I think he's going to keep it as well then. And now the Aston Martin's trying to sneak through then, and now we've got a Williams trying to get down the inside. Oh god, that's close then. Oh no, it's going to be even closer then as we go through here then. But goodness me, it was very close indeed from all of them. But Gamer then and Vessi then, I think we're trying to sneak through and just follow through with Reflection there. But Liam then is just trying to run his own race at that point. But those soft compound tyres are screaming, I think, on that McLaren then as we go through then into the horseshoe section. You can see on the traction then in Justify, I think he's lining up a move, but he can't quite go for it there, I should say then. Liam holds on then, P11 then. for the McLaren driver. I think those soft compound tyres, and we might be seeing that already then with a few other drivers out there further up the order as well then. For Equaz and Srivatsa, then they might be getting towards the end of their comfort zone, to say the least. And as we go through then into lap 11, then Liam is coming into the pit lane. Yes, he is. Then he's going to call it a day then on those soft compound tyres then, and I think that's probably the right call as we get it slowed down in time then as well then, because the other thing you've got to worry about around here is the pit lane entry, because it can be very difficult to get yourself slowed down because you're going at such a speed then into the pit lane. Liam has gone for the medium compound tyres, then he will come out then in P19, but he of course will be on 10 lap fresher tyres than the rest of the field. And technically 11 lap tyres because yes, there we go then. Right, Legend then, he's not gaining on Bunts as quickly as we thought he would, and of course those soft compound tyres still working in action then as well then for the Racing Bull driver then in P3 then. Equaz, I think, is just happy that Legend's ahead now because you can use Legend's pace then to just keep him going then in this race. Then Marvsky is in the proximity as well. Then Marvsky's looking pretty strong then here as we head into Sector 3 then to finish off lap 11. Then out of the final corner we go then, and Marvsky then is going to look to potentially line up a move then on the soft compound runners ahead of him as well here, because he's now got the better tyre then, hasn't he? Then X-Gamer as well then on the hard compound tyres. Then Grip has joined up into the battle as well, and he's just trying to get himself into DRS range of Justify then as we head through on to lap 12 for these two as well then. And yes, I think the hard compound tyres are starting to kick in as well then as a better tyre as we go through, and Marvsky's got himself past Srivatsa, has he then round the outside at the centre S's. Then that Mercedes is all over the place then, goodness me, but that is, I think, Dark Shadow just trying to get out of the way then as we go into Sector 2. Marvsky up into P6 then, he's got himself ahead of one Haas then. Next target then is Equaz then in the Racing Bull then. I'm not sure what Dark Shadow's doing there because he seems to be weaving quite a bit then, but he has let Srivatsa go through as well there, but yeah, all good in hood as we go through then. Equaz has just about held on with DRS then to Legend, sorry, but Marvsky now catching up to that 1 second window as well on those medium compound tyres. Then Justify's been passed by Grip then as well. Then Grip now up into P11 then chasing after his teammate who's 1.6 seconds up the road then. We'll wait and see then when the pit stop phase is going to kick in then for the soft compound tyre runners then, and we'll see if anybody on the medium compound tyres is starting to struggle as well soon, because we've got 5 runners on the hard compound tyres then. They might start to kick into action then in the next few laps or so then. Of course they're already in action of course, but they will be the better tyre is what I mean by that. Marvsky then has got himself back into the DRS range then for a P4, a net P4 as it stands then, with the aid of the DRS then and those medium compound tyres. So the soft compound tyres were good for the first few laps then, but unfortunately they don't seem to be too good then after about lap 8, wasn't it then? We saw them start to drop off, didn't they? So that is that then as Kaz then and Kieran is very close to dropping out of that 1 second window of his teammate here, as Dark Shadow unfortunately has got another penalty then. We have got a few penalties out there then, because Liam's got a penalty then, Mushroom's got a penalty, and Justify's also got a penalty as well then. So we're only 13 laps in then, we've already got 4 drivers then with a track limits invalidation there as we go through then, and this gap here then between the two leaders then is going to be over 1 second out of the final corner then, or is it? I think it just about is as well actually. So Kieran has lost the DRS then on his teammate Kaz. Then Kaz is doing a great job out there as it stands. Well, so is Kieran, to be fair. So is everybody in this race, to be fair. But Kieran then has just dropped out of the DRS window then and lost that extra bit of speed down the main straight then and down towards turn 4. Then Marvsky's not lost any speed though, because he's up into P5. Then he is after P4 next as well. Then as we go through then into P5 goes the Red Bull, taking the place away from Equaz as well, and he's on the soft compound tyres. I'm pretty sure those soft compound tyres are just well, they're just going to be struggling at this point now from now on into this race, and unless they get themselves onto a new set of boots, potentially go for a new set of soft compound tyres as well. Then we'll wait and see them. But Marvsky is actually catching up now with Legend, and they're both on the same tyre as well then. So Marvsky has got some great form under his boot there. Oh god, then Gamer and Vessia then have gone off the circuit then at the exit of turn 4 and 5. Vessia, Gamer splits the two Aston Martins then up into P9 then, but Not sure if there was anything dodgy going on there, but never mind. So Gamer then and Vessian as well. Of course, Vessian's, I think, half French, or mostly French. I'm not sure what split it is, but then he'll be able to tell me later on. Gamer, of course, is Belgian, so maybe there's some bad blood then going on between those two then. But Gamer then on the hard compound tyres, and the highest runner on the hard compound tyres then. I thought that was a Mercedes going off then, but that was Dark Shadow getting out of the way then. But Gamer then on the hard compound tyres and his teammate, I Have No Grip then, as Marvsky's repassed Legend then. I'm not sure, I didn't see Legend get back past, to be honest, but there we go. No, he hasn't just got back past, because he's taken the spot then. He's taken P4 then, has Marvsky then. Marvsky on a charge here then for the Red Bull team then. Fantastic stuff indeed. And yes, as we're going back to this battle then, Gamer then on the hard compound tyres and his teammate then Grip as well then, both Williams. Every time that Mercedes is on track I get very scared because it seems to just weave off the track out of the way. Right then, as his teammate in the Williams, I should say, also on the hard compound tyres then, they will be they are picking up speed then. They've got the gaps back down now as well then, and getting themselves into the mix here as well then. And I think the hard compound tyre then is going to be the way to go then from lap 15 onwards as well then. Styles has past Mushroom, I think, or has he? Oh god. Mushroom trying to weave there as well, then that could be well, that was almost very, very bad news for Vintage. He almost probably went into the back of him then. Liam then is only 5 seconds off then, having made his earlier stop as well then. So Liam is on a different strategy then, is the McLaren driver then, but he's gaining as well very quickly indeed. I need to time it really, because he's gained probably over half a second already in these last 2 corners then. So Liam then on a charge then on his fresh medium compound tyres then is looking pretty good as it stands then. Gamer has passed then into P8, then up into P8, I should say, in towards turn 1. So, oh no, thought he lost the car then, but he hadn't. That's all good. So as we go through then into lap 16, then Gamer then has got himself up into P8 then on the hard compound tyres. Then of course he is the highest runner on the hard compound tyres, is what I'm trying to say, which of course is a good indicator then of the pace then of those hard compound tyres now then, as they've gone past the best for the soft compound tyre then getting past the best I think for the medium compound as well, and now the hards are going to be the best tyre as well. Then Kieran has lost 2 seconds then to his teammate then in the last couple of laps as well, or so then as well. Then Hungry Styles has passed as Housey then, or has he got himself past Housey? Yes, he has, and up into P15 now. Good stuff indeed. Right then, as we go through then Vintage and P18, so this point is roughly about this point then we saw the gap between Liam and his teammate then. It was over 5 seconds, and it's now now down to 3.6 there, so he is definitely 3.5 then. So Liam then is definitely gaining a chunk then in these extra laps then as well. Then of course these laps where he's undercut his rivals as well, then we'll wait and see. Then Bunts is catching up to Kieran then. Has Kieran got a problem there for the kick salvage driver then, because he was well, he's on the soft compound tyres as Bunts, then we'd expect the mediums to be a better tyre at least then, and trying to get himself back away then from this from the battling pack then, but he's falling back into the clutches then of the Racing Bull, and that's not what he was expecting, I'm sure, then as we go through then into lap 17, as so far so good then here in Brazil then. But yes, maybe the soft compound tyres have gone through a graining phase and now they're getting back up to the speed. Well, that would be very odd indeed, as they've done almost 20 laps then on those soft compound tyres. But so far so good then for 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers then on the soft compound tyres still then. Liam of course did start on the soft compound tyres then, but of course he has pitted for the mediums now, and I think he's going to be very keen for his teammate to get out of the way then very soon, because he's only 2 seconds behind now, and there's quite a pack to try and get through then, all the way up to Styles then in P15 then. So Liam is going to try and get his blinkers on then to get Vintage out of the way then, potentially that is. Dark Shadow unfortunately has been lapped then as well. Then Srivatsa has called it a day on the soft compound tyres, heads into the pits, and where will he filter out is the question then. Because it's a long old pit lane as well, then, especially if it's pit exit then. So the Alpine then of Reaper's going to come through as well then. Potentially Hussein could come through as well then, and maybe the Ferraris as well, depends on how quick the pit exit here as well then is for Srivatsa there. But Hussein I think will sneak ahead then, potentially. Where is the Ferrari then of Styles as we go through here then? Srivatsa's coming out side by side then with the Ferrari driver then as we head down towards turn 4 then, and he's got the speed, but he just about covers it off then. Srivatsa then P14 after making his pit stop there as well then. Goodness me, that was close indeed, wasn't it? But Srivatsa probably wanted to get, well, the Haas team probably wanted to get him out ahead of Styles then, and they have done as well then. They probably wanted to get him out ahead of Hussein as well then, to be honest, because Hussein's done 18 laps on those soft compound tyres as well then, and they are not going to be looking good then at this stage of the race as we'll go through then into lap 19 for the leaders, that is then. Liam is now caught up to the pack then, and he's going to be within DRS range then in the next couple of corners then. Unfortunately, Dark Shadow picking up another penalty then, as it's not going too well then on his birthday then, but fair play indeed for soldiering on out there as well then. Bunce is caught up to Kieran then. Bunce is now within DRS range of the championship leader then. Srivatsa has passed Hussein then with the aid of some DRS then towards turn 1, I should say then, and we've got Mushroom into the pit lane as well then. He's called it a day on the medium compound tyres then. 18 laps then on the medium compound tyres for the Ferrari. And let's see what the next set of boots is going to be then for that Scarlet Red team as well. As we go through, it's another set of medium compound tyres then for Mushroom, I should say. Goodness me, I'm getting the names all mixed up as well. Liam has got himself past Vintage here then, so with Mushroom pitting, that's created a bit of a gap then as well. Then Vintage has been passed by his teammate. He's on much fresher, or 10 lap fresher tyres as we head through into sector 2 now. Now he's got to chase after Housie then and Styles as well. Then Housie's on the hard compound tyre, I should say then, as we go through here. Then Styles is catching up now to Hussein as well then, because Hussein's on those very old soft compound tyres and just trying to get into a pit window that he's comfortable with as well. Then a Reflection is just holding on to the DRS then of Gamer as well. Then Gamer's catching up to Equaz here, as Equaz is in a bit of no man's land as it stands, and he's lost out to the battle then with Legend as well, as we go through then into the Center S's then on lap 20. Then Vess is in the pit lane. He's done 20 laps then on the, or 19 laps, sorry, I should say, on the medium compound tyre. So mediums are not lasting as long as softs in some cases here, which is interesting to see. Indeed, the hard compounds going on the Aston Martin, and he will filter out behind the McLarens, I think, as we go through then. Vintage has lost out a bit of time then as well, somewhere then in the lap then to his teammate then, unfortunately. Then Liam is now caught up to the pack here as we go through then. That's a Mercedes of Dark Shadow going slowly again then, unfortunately then for Dark Shadow, but he's just letting him go through safely as well then as we head into sector 2 now. Liam then catching up, then he's all over the back of Housie then, and Styles then, who's also caught up to Hussein, yet to pit then as well as Hussein, and everybody in the top 11 have yet to pit as well as it stands, that is. But of course some of them are on hard, some of them are on mediums, and some of them still are even on softs as we go through then onto lap 21. 4 seconds the gap out in front, and then Kaz has done a sublime effort then as well. Then Kieran kept up with him in the first part of the stint then, but unfortunately into the second part then it's just not gone the way then of the championship league. Then he's down in currently down in P2, currently in P2 then, because he did start P3, but he's now got the racing ball of Bunce then chasing him down then, and Bunce on the soft compound tyres as well then. It's oh goodness me, as I might have jinxed him there, but I thought he was going to be getting closer to line of a move. Styles then passes then into P13, then passes as we've got Liam and Housie then having a fight then into turn 1 as well. Then Housie has had to let Liam get going, I should say, go through there, as Gamer has passed Equaz for P6 as well then. So the hard compound tyres kicking in as well. Then those soft compound tyres, I'm amazed they've done 20 laps so far in this race. But it is, well, it's fantastic to see, but it's it must be scary territory then in terms of the punctures potentially. Liam has passed Housie as well then up into P15. Then his next target then is Hussein as well then, who of course is going to be on those very, very old soft compound tyres then, and might, he was fighting then with Styles then, who was on very old medium compound tyres. He was fighting with Housie, who's on old hard compound tyres. He's now got Liam, who's on 10 lap younger tyres as well then. So I think Liam might make a bit of easy work then of making the pass here as well then, with the freshness of those tyres as well then, as Equaz then has been passed by Reflection. Then Equaz then from P2 is not having a great first stint in this race, and we'll wait and see then what he can do then in the next stint. But as we go through now, Grip is going to try and catch up as well then, and try and go for that pass as well. Then 4 seconds away then from the top 5 is Equaz, is X-Gamer I should say. As we go through then into the pits comes Vintage, and Vintage has done 21 laps then on the medium compound tyres. Then Hussein stays out then as we go through then into the centre S's then, and Liam is all over the back of that Alpine as we head on to the next straight then. Here he comes then. Is he going to be close enough into turn 4? I don't think so. Then he stays in P15. Vintage onto the hard compound tyres as well. Then Mushroom's got a bit of an undercut there as well. Then, but of course, Vintage is now on the hards, going longer as we've got Hussein then has been passed by Liam then into turn 5. We've got a yellow flag. It's for a racing ball. Then it's Bunce and he's off the circuit at the top of the hill. Then goodness me, then he's lost out from P3. Sorry, he wasn't P2 just yet, but he was catching then as he's coming into the pit lane as well. Then for the racing ball, then those soft compound tyres are cooked. Then there's a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane then for Bunce, and unfortunately, and he went very quickly into that pit lane as well then, so unfortunately that's going to be costly indeed, and he will have to serve that either at the end of the race then if he doesn't stop again then, which will be quite a stink then indeed. As he's gone for the medium compound tyres, then Justifies also in as well then for the Red Bull team. Then the hard compound tyres going on for him. Then Vess here has passed Hussein into P15 then, and now comes a Mercedes down the inside. That's Housie then going for the move then up into P15 then. So Hussein has done 22 laps, soon to be 23 laps on his soft compound tyres. Equaz has also stayed out as well. They are going to be, well, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to pit very soon as well. There's Justify coming out the pit lane. Is going to be ahead then of Dark Shadow for the time being as well. Then Mushroom then is going to be closing in on Justify too as we go through then into lap 23. So gap's starting to emerge at this stage, but of course that's down to the strategy as well. Then Legend is still within DRS then of Marsky, who's up front onto a podium place then as it stands. As we head through onto lap 24 then, I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that Equaz is going to pit at some point, because hopefully he's not forgotten that he has to pit. Then he is coming into the pit lane now then, and going to relinquish that position. Oh, that was close as well then, I think, then as Grip then up into P7. Now Williams on the hards looking very strong as we go through then into the pit lane then from P8 then. The racing ball then Srivatsa goes through then. Of course Srivatsa has pit 6 laps ago then from the soft compound tyres. Then Equaz going for the hard compound tyres here then. Where will he filter out then is the question then, as we've got Liam passing Styles then into turn 1. Then there's an Aston Martin of Vesser trying to get himself in the mix as well. Then Equaz then is going to try and get himself out ahead of this fight then, but it's going to be too close I think then on the exit. Then Vessi has passed Styles as well then up into P12. Then Hungry Styles has gone through then, and Equaz filters out then in P14. Wow. Right behind Styles as well then. Styles is on very old tyres then as well then. So Equaz, oh, he's going to try and go for it here already then as he goes up to P13. Then he passes the Ferrari then with the extra grip then on those hards as well then. Now right behind Vess here as well then. Liam then ahead of this train I should say then. But of course Liam did pit then only 13 laps ago then. So potentially the medium compound tyres are starting to become a bit worse for wear then. Vess is just driven into the back of the McLaren there then, and that thankfully didn't result in any incident and no front wing loss I don't think for the Aston Martin either then as we go through then into sector 3, but he can see that Equaz is getting very close indeed as well then, as Bunce has passed Anarchy Reaper then for P9 and sets the fastest out of the race whilst doing so I should say then. Unfortunately for Liam I think he's going to get oh no, we've got a problem there as well, as we got all sorts of action then heading into turn 1. And down the inside, oh god, that's close indeed. Then round the outside, then into the centre S's, and oh my goodness me, then and Ian then is coming back on then P13. And Hungry Stars into the pits, Hussein into the pits as well. Then Bunce has got a 3-second penalty. I think he got. I think he had an issue out of the centre S's, then that cost him the place back then to Reaper, who he just got himself past then into turn 1. But of course, costly indeed. Then Equaz has got himself ahead now of Vessia, then up into P11 here on the hard compound tyres as we go through then into lap 25. Then so far so good. There's all sorts of strategy games to be played out here as well as we go through. Then Styles then out behind Vintage then in P18. Then Hussein then right into the back there as well. Then P19. Then we've got Marsky into the pits as well then for the Red Bull. Then I can't keep up with all the action as Dino has said hello mate as well then. Good evening to yourself sir. As we go through then into lap 26 then, as Marsky then onto the hard compound tyres, then he will be out in quite a bit of decent air I think here. He'll be, oh no, we've got a problem there. That's an Aston Martin then. That's an Aston Martin of Reflection who's had a problem there. Reflection is off the circuit at the centre S's, and what's happened to the reigning champion then as we get going again? Then has he got a puncture then, or was there another problem there? As out of the pits comes Marsky in P9, then he would have been P10 then of course then with a Reflection then, but Reflection's had a big issue there. Then it's not a puncture I don't think. it seems to be something else there for the reigning champion. Unfortunately, there, Equaz then is going to be looking very close to catching up then on this lap as well. Then, but is that just those tyres have gone then for the Aston Martin? Then potentially that is the case then, and potentially we'll see the same then for the top three as well. Then Marsky might have called it just right then and come into the pit lane at the very last lap then. But Marsky now in P9 then, as we've got pit stop action. Then Kieran is into the pit lane here, and potentially this could be a bit of an undercut then on Kaz as well, his teammate then, because Kaz has stayed out, then Gamer has stayed out as well, then he's up to P2 then on the hard compound tyres there. Kieran then into the box, then he's going to call it a day on the medium compounds, then both Williams then into the podium places as it stands, then both Williams then looking strong on the hard compound then from the start of this race. Here's Srivatsa then up into P4. Kieran then of course is coming out then. He's going to be out in he's going to be out in P6 then, ahead of Reaper then, I think, just about, as we go through. There is the Alpine in the background then, but the Kick Sauber is out in P6 then. Reaper then is going to be P7, then Marsky in P8, then Legend has come out then in P9, that is. There he is. I was looking in the background at the racing ball there, but there we go. So Reflection then is going to be in a bit of a mix then with those on the fresher hard compound tyres now. So Marsky's got 1 lap older tyres than Legend then, but he's got himself a 2-second gap there as well then, and now going to be catching up to Reaper then in that Alpine. Bunce then as well, Bunce then, Kieran is going to be chasing after Bunce then in that Kick Sauber, then chasing after Racing Ball. I think Srivatsa then will be under pressure rather than looking forward. Then he'll be looking behind them because he's going to have some more activity coming then in the mirrors then from those drivers coming through. Then Justify has passed Liam, but Liam's off the circuit. That's why then Liam trying to get himself back on here. He is back underway. But he's dropped down behind Justify then and Housey then. Was that an issue then for the McLaren then, or was that a helping hand then, I should say then, as Marsky has passed Reaper into turn 1 and up into P7 then. Equaz has passed Reflection then as we go through then. Equaz of course was battling then with the other Aston Martin on the exit of the pit lane as well then, but now then up into P10 then is Equaz in from P3 on the grid then. Where will he finish in this race then? We'll have to wait and see then what the situation is going to be then for Equaz then. Of course the championship challenger then currently P2 in the Drivers' Championship as well. Kaz then, is he going to be thinking about a pit stop then in the near future? Then we'll wait and see then, but at the moment he's just cracking on A-OK then in the lead of this race then. After getting pole position then, he could get himself a Grand Slam potentially as well as we go through, but he's carrying on then. He's going to stay out here and crack on the medium compound tyres then. Very interesting stuff indeed then. Gamer then is closing in then on the Kick Sauber in the lead of this Grand Prix then. That gap coming down slightly then as we head on to lap 29 then of 71 then. We are flying through the laps and we've only been going for half an hour or so. We've already done 30 laps then. We head through then on to lap 29 then. Here comes the Legend. It is Legend then, but Reaper's into the pit lane, so he has called it a day then on those hard compound tyres after 28 laps then. Equaz then up into P9 as well, then he's going to have to chase after Legend as well then for that net podium place, I should say. As we go through the centre S's, then Vessia has passed his teammate Reflection, then maybe some team orders down at Aston Martin because Reflection's done a solid stint then on those medium compound tyres, same as Kaz as well then. As we head through then into lap 29 then, Housey up into P13, Liam P14, Mushroom in P15, then hard compound tyres again then going on the Alpine as we head out of the pit lane here for Reaper. Then he's going to be behind Serious Mushroom, I think, just about, as Vintage then and Styles then are bringing up the rear as it stands, of course. But for now they are on fresh tyres as well then. There could be some more pit stops then very soon ahead of him as well as we go through here then. But we've got Vintage, Styles and Hussein in the fight as well then, and fair play to Dark Shadow as well then, because he is sticking in this race as well then. Kaz carries on then once again then on to lap 30 then on those medium compound tyres. Oh dearie me, through the centre S's then. That got a bit dodgy then for the Kick Sauber then, but he kept it under control just about then as we head through the S's now for Gamer as well then. Gamer is now bringing that gap down. I think it's about half a second in the last lap or so then, so we'll stay tuned for that then. But the hard compound tyres are definitely going to be much better than those old mediums for the Kick Sauber driver then as we head through here. Bunce now has caught up, I think, then to the DRS range of Srivatsa. Then there's a 5-lap tyre delta then as well between those two. Then there's an even bigger lap delta then, or tyre delta I should say, then between themselves and Kieran, as Kieran is on the freshest medium compound tyres, and of course he was P2, then looking to get himself back up into the mix then of the lead of this race then, and potentially try and undercut his teammate for the lead and the win of this Grand Prix as well then, as it stands. Then we'll wait and see. Hussein has passed Styles then into turn 1 then, so Hussein then up the order then into P18 then on his hard compound tyres. They pitted at the same time that these two, and looking to get themselves back into this race then on a longer hard compound tyre stint. Then into the pits finally comes Kaz. He is calling it a day now on his medium compound tyres, as Game has been off then into the grass slightly there as well on the exit then, but he's going to take the lead of this Grand Prix then. Kaz then into the pit lane will lose out to the lead for the first time in this race. Grip then going through then, so it's Williams 1-2 as it stands then. Bunce I think has just passed Srivatsa for P3 then, and he's got himself into the podium places here then. Kaz coming out of the pit lane will be behind all of this then, and will he be ahead of Marvsky as well is the question then. I think he will be just about then as we head out of the pit lane now then. Kaz is going to be in P6 then. Justify has passed Reflection, then Reflection still struggling on those old hot medium compound tyres unfortunately. Same for Halsey on the hards as well, to be fair. But fair play indeed then as we go through then into lap 31 then, as Bunce now is chasing after Grip as well. Then Srivatsa's dropped down into P4, then he's on slightly older tyres. Then Hussein's passed Vintage for P17, has he? Yes, he has. Up into P17 he goes now. Next target is his teammate then 8 seconds up the road, as we go through then into sector 3 then, and Bunce then is going to be looking to make that move very soon now then for that P2 position. Then of course penalties then will be added to his race time at the end of the Grand Prix then, but he's not going to worry about that right now. He just needs to put his foot to the floor. Then he's made the move then for P2, and Srivatsa might try and sneak through as well. Then he has done up into P4 3 I should say. Then Kieran next to try his luck then into turn 1. Then I think Grip just getting out of the way then, he doesn't want to interfere then as well. Then fair play indeed, then he's running his own race and doing a good job of it, good job at it as well, I should say. Goodness me, if I can get my words out, I will reflect the praise then. Reflection into the pit lane, as he has finally called it a day then on his medium compound tyres after 31 laps as well. Then mammoth stint indeed, and fair play indeed to Reflection then for getting himself into the race, or so far into the race on those medium compound tyres. Then out of the way he goes, then out of the garage I should say he goes. Then the question is, will he get out ahead then of the Alpine of Hussein then as well? And as we go through then, it's going to be very close indeed, I think, on the exit then of the pit lane once again then. Of course pit exit is a bit longer than the Senna S's as well as we go through here. Then it's going to be very close then on the exit as well. Then as Dark Shadow has retired, and that could be a safety car. It's a VSC. So it's a VSC only then, as at this point of what's happened to Dark Shadow. Then we might see then from the onboard then as we go through here. Then it's Gamer then into the pit lane, and just need to make sure he slows it down as well then as we go through then into the box now as well then. So everybody's pitting, it looks like, as everybody calling it a day then on their tyres as we go through here. Then Kaz will retake the lead of the Grand Prix as well. And we're going to have to hope that nobody gets any penalties for drive-throughs as we go through this restart as well then. But out of the pit lane, we've got quite a bit of a mixed up order as well. The Ekbar's back up into P4 now actually. Gamer then medium compound tyres then, but we need to make sure everyone gets out of the pit lane safe and sound as well. Then Vessier trying to get himself ahead of potentially a kick sabre or two. Then Gamer is out ahead of Ekbar somehow. So the Delta's then playing a bit of a factor there as well. Then Leon's got a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, unfortunately. Then more pit stops then as well. Then Bunce then is, I think, had to serve a penalty there as well. And he's down into P11 then, unfortunately. But there we go. Then hopefully everyone's A-OK then with the Delta situation then, as we're going to get racing very soon, I think. Liam then is down to P18 then as well. Then unfortunately he's going to have that 10-second penalty then hanging over him as well. Halsey didn't choose to pit then under that VSC as we got ourselves back underway. Then maybe he was just not primed. Yeah, I think he might have been primed, or potentially. I'm not sure. But unfortunately, that is. Well, he's going to. Well, not unfortunately, he's going to carry on whatever he wants to do. But yeah, it's a bit odd, that one. I'm not sure. Right then, Marvsky is now P2. Then Kaz then leads the way once again. as we go through then into lap 34 then, almost at the halfway point of this race then. We've been speeding through it, to be fair, and fair play indeed then to everyone who's got themselves on a shift as well then. Gamer then and Equaz then, so Equaz did get himself, well, I thought he got himself out ahead then, but he didn't on the exit of the pit lane then, so Gamer then gets himself up into P4, then Kieran and Sravats having a fight here as well then, through the S's then, and on to the next straight as well then. I think, oh god, that's close. And they both swerve the opposite way then at the same time there, and like they're under a safety car or something there, but Kieran then inherits P6 now. Equaz then is his next target then, 4 seconds up the road, but Equaz is chasing after Gamer as well. Then Gamer is on the medium compound tyres, as is his teammate. Then both of them had to pit at the same time, didn't they there? So we might see the Williams drivers then start to make some way in the next few laps or so then, but of course do remember that their tyres will start to drop off a bit earlier than the rest of the field as we go through now then. So Kaz then extending the medium stint and has got the freshest tyres out in front then, but of course Kieran, his teammate then in P6, did pit under that VSC then, so did Srivatsa, and so did Bunce as well then. So is unfortunately for Dark January, he is the first retirement then, he's out of the race then on his birthday as well then, but fair play indeed for Soldier Runner then. At least now what you can do is go and celebrate and have a few beers. Grip then has passed Justify for P9 then, up into P9 goes the Williams on his medium compound tyres, chasing after Vess here as his next target as well then. Srivatsa then is going to try and fight back then with Kieran, then can he get himself back past the Kicksauber then into turn 4. He's going to get close then, but not quite. For the Haas driver as well then. Vintage and Reflection have swapped places then onto the main straight there as well then, as we go through into turn 1 then. Reflection up into P15 then, he's got much younger tyres as well then, as Reaper and Housey having a battle then as well then. Styles has passed Vintage, and Vintage has gone through, not Vintage, sorry, Styles has gone through into turn 1 then. Mushroom I think has passed Liam as well there into P19 then. Unfortunately, oh no, as I think Liam might have to have a go at this one then into turn 4. No, he thinks better of it then, he stays behind then, doesn't want to battle too much then and compromise the time then. Kaz then is going to set another time on the board then. It's going to be well, 11.9, but I meant he was going to go on to lap 36 then of 71 then as well. Then Equaz is next to try and line up a move then as well then, but he is sticking with the DRS now of Gamer as well then, so Gamer needs to Gamer is getting a shuffle on then, trying to chase after Legend, as Grip has passed Vess here, then Bunce has passed Justify as well then. Bunce sets the fastest lap of the race here as we head through then into lap 36 then as well then. So Bunce then of course having to recover then. I think he had a penalty to serve in that VSC pit stop as well then, which was probably the right time to serve it then of course, but maybe not the best situation to be in overall. But there we go then, as we head through then into lap 36 then. Srivatsa then is going to be under pressure from Grip as well then on those medium compound tyres then. The question is how long are those medium compound tyres? They need to make the gains quickly in this first part of the stint then, before those start to drop off as well as we go through the laps, as well as we head through into sector 3 momentarily as well for our race leaders. Oh god, I'm losing me breath already then. Right then, Gamer then, he's very close actually to dropping Equaz out of DRS here then, and I think he has done just about on the exit there then. So now Gamer can just look ahead. He's got a 2-second gap to try and find then. Legend has caught up to the DRS though of Marvsky as well then. There might be a fight coming here then for P2 in the next few stages as well then. Equaz is back in that DRS window now as well then, so never mind. Ignore what I'm saying, because I don't know what I'm talking about then. Bunce has passed Vess here then for P9 as we go through here then as well then. Grip then can't get past Srivatsa just yet then, and now he's going to have a charging Racing Bull then right behind him as well then, as we head through then onto the next part of the lap then. Can he go for a move down here then into turn 4? He's shaping for it then, but Srivatsa covers the line then just about then, but Srivatsa I think starting to struggle. No, he shouldn't be starting to struggle, he's on 4 lap hard combat tyres. Never mind, ignore me then. As Reflection then passing Hussein for P14. Good stuff indeed then, of course. Hussein's got slightly older tyres than the Aston Martin then as well. Then the same can't be said for Housey then, who's got 36 lap old hard compound tyres on. Fair play to Housey then, he's doing a fantastic stint here. Didn't we have somebody in I think we had somebody in Brazil last season do the whole race on intermediate compound tyres then, which was also pretty fantastic. Or they did about 68 laps on them or something like that, because they had the pit at the very beginning of the Grand Prix. I can't remember exactly what was going on there. You have to look back in the archives then on the YouTube channels, but just one channel. But there we go. As we go through then into the Senna S's as well, then now Legend then is turning up the wick, and then on Marvsky, he's got 1 lap younger tyres. Of course, these two did pit almost at the same part of time. So goodness me, we've got a problem there. We've got Bunts passing Grip then for P8 then as well. Then Styles is off the circuit. Then Styles has had an issue then out of the horseshoe and just trying to get himself back underway. Then he is now back underway here though, as we crack on then as well. Then 4 seconds the gap out in front. And then Legend is chasing after Marvsky for that P2. And then we've got Gamer as well, that who's getting himself back in the mix then as well. Of course, there's still a few laps to go in this race, and so those medium compound tyres will not be able to make it to the end, I'm pretty sure. And as we head down the hill, then he's got himself. Oh God, that was close then, but I thought he had himself within that 1 second window, but that mistake then out of there has cost him the DRS, I think, then just about then potentially then. But he's back within the 1 second window now, but he won't have the DRS then down the main straight. Here comes Legend then on the attack. Then can he get himself up into P2? Then we'll wait and see then, but not into turn 1. He's too far back here then as we head down the hill then through the Senna S's. Then Styles into the pit lane is calling it a day on the medium compound tyres. Then onto a new set of boots. Then Bunts on the charge and is up into P7 here then as well. And he is really motoring on. Then is the racing bull, the pink racing bull then as we go through the Senna S's as well. Then Grip then is now caught up to this fight as well here then as we head through into the next part of that. Then here comes well, that's the Ferrari then getting out of the way. Then I think that's Styles then out of the way then on the second straight. Then needs to stop causing yellow flags, because it makes my heart flutter and I might have a heart attack whilst trying to commentate. But there we go then, as Legend then can't get past Marvsky. Then now that's brought Gamer then into the fight as well for that P2 position as it stands out on track. That is then Liam unfortunately got another penalty to his name. Then that's problematic indeed then for the McLaren driver then, but he is still just soldiering out there trying to do his best. Then in terms of the strategy, I think there's still quite a lot to develop in this race, because you've got drivers on older hard compound tyres, you've got drivers on new hard compound tyres like Liam, like Mushroom as well then, like Srivatsa and Bunts and Kieran, but of course you've got some who've just tried to brave out then after pitting about 10 laps earlier than that then as well, and of course you've got the likes of Housey then just doing the laps then, and I think that's absolutely brilliant from Housey then. He's just doing whatever he wants out there then, he's enjoying himself hopefully as well. Then here comes Legend and he's going for the inside. Then he's got himself up into P2. Then he passes Marvsky then, but on the exit then Marvsky going to fight back through turn 5. No, not quite there. Stays status quo then on the exit then, but Legend then has made the move up into P2 now. The question is, can he chase after Kaz? Then is going to be the next task then for that Haas driver. Then we'll wait and see then if he can get himself into the mix as well. Then Bunts then is now closing up to Kieran. Then there's a lot of pace then in that racing ball on those hard compound tyres, it seems. Kieran on the same length of same duration of hard compound tyre then is he's not setting things alight just yet then, but of course he is catching Equaz then, who's on older hard compound tyres. Then he will start to catch up with Gamer. Then he will start to catch up with Marvsky and Legend as well then, and his teammate, to be fair, as we go through the laps here then. Lap 41 then underway. Then here we go then, Marvsky then looking for a move. No, not quite then. He stays P3 as we go through here then into lap 41 now. Then X-Gamer then is all over the back of this pair. Then as we go through then, I think Legend's gone wide then, and Marvsky might try and get his way back through then as we go down towards turn 4 then. Yes, he does. Then up into P2 goes Marvsky then, and here comes Gamer then shaping for the move then into turn 4, but not quite. Stays P4 for now. So Marvsky then back up into P2. Then Marvsky is not going to be giving up on this one then. He's going to get his way into the fight then, and Marvsky looking very good indeed as we go through this race as well. Then Bunts then in P7 is caught up to the DRS then of Kieran. Then they are still wheeling in Equaz as it stands then. Serious Mushroom has passed Vintage into turn 1, then up into P16. Then next target is Hussein, who's running in the final points paying positions then as it stands then. Housey as well then might be a target in the near future as well then, because those tyres now are going to be, I think they're going to be past their best, let's just say that then. Justify putting the pressure on Vess here as well then as we go through then into sector 3. Then Grip then is just about within the 1 second window of the of the battling pack then up to Kieran then in P6 then, and now Bunce is going to be putting on the pressure as we go through here then. The same with Srivatsa, then Grip then will have the DRS. I think yes he will then as we head on to lap 42. Gamer then can't get past Legend, then Legend now under pressure from the Williams rather than attacking the Red Bull, then he's now under pressure then as we head down towards turn 4, and Gamer then is going to go through. Is he then down the outside? Then no, not quite. Then Legend holds the space, holds the spot, I should say, just about. Goodness me, then that was close indeed. But well, fair enough. But both of them getting a move on then at least, trying to get a move on at least I should say then, from Gamer's point of view that is as well then, as we go through then into sector 2 now. We've got Kieran, Bunce, Srivatsa, Grip then as we all head through. Oh no, as Bunce has gone wide then, he's been unsettled then, and on the exit then he's got himself back through there on the exit then. It was an absolutely fantastic recovery, because I thought he was going to lose a spot then to Srivatsa. Then he might lose a spot to Srivatsa anyway now though, because he's lost DRS to the kick saber of Kieran. Then Kieran's going to be very happy with that then, because you can see that he's catching up to Equaz here then as we head over the top of the hill then onto lap 43. Bunce then is lost DRS then, potentially Srivatsa, can he get himself into the mix then and put himself up into P7 here? Then we'll wait and see, but Bunce is burning the battery to stay ahead then, and he does stay ahead. He's got himself back within the 1 second window of Kieran, with that battery usage as well then going through there. As we go through the center S's once again, then Justify then lining up a move, then Justify is on 3-lap younger tyres, and Gamer has passed Legend into turn 4 then. He is up into P3 now then on the medium compound tyres. Good stuff indeed. Right then, it's well, let's just say it's been action-packed to say the least then as well. Then there's we've got Hussein passing Housey then. Housey, nope, Housey, I thought he was in the pit lane then, but not quite then, and Mushrooms diving down the inside. Wow, that's ambitious to say the least, and Housey caught back up through there. Oh, more contact as we go down through the S's then down towards the Sina de Lago then, and Mushrooms trying to sneak through now then. He's got much fresher tyres then, and I think he's made the move. He has made the move there. Good stuff indeed. And away he goes. Right, Housey and Hussein then have now got Liam for company as well. Then Liam is snuck through, then passing the Mercedes then as we go through then into turn 6. Then he's gone wide. Then that might open the door for Housey to sneak back through. I just bit my tongue. Ow. Right, that's never mind. Right then, we'll crack on. Goodness me then. Right, the battle out front resumes then. 6 seconds out. It's almost crept up to 8 seconds though for the leader of Kaz, and Kaz is out there doing a great job then here in this Brazilian Grand Prix then. Gamer then, can he get himself up into P2 then, passing Marsky's his next target. Then Bunce has passed Kieran this time for P6, sorry, on track, but they haven't quite caught up then to Equaz just yet then. Equaz is now catching up to the fight then, going on ahead then. Marsky leading the train as well then, and he's on the hard compound tyres and he's on the younger hard compound tyres of the group, that is, with Equaz. But Bunce, Kieran and Srivatsa and Grip as well then are all coming at them as well then, so they could be in the mix very soon here as we head through onto lap 45 in just a jiffy then as well then. But Equaz then is getting the gap down then out in front. To the P2 to drivers in the gaggle for P2 then. Gamer then maybe starting to struggle on the medium compound tyres potentially then. We'll wait and see then, but Legend, he's weaving all over the place there then is Legend, but he hasn't made the move then into turn 1 then. Gamer locking up that front right then as we head into the braking zone there as well then. Legend then stays P4. Out in this pack then we've got Equaz now under pressure for his teammate then, and I think there might be some team orders down at Racing Bull here then as we head through down towards turn 4, and through goes Bunce then. Kieran can't get through then. Equaz of course is in the championship fight then with Kieran as well as we head through, and it's going to be tight then between these two as we go through then into the next part of this race as well then. Heading through into sector 2 then. Kieran can't get through just yet, that is. Vessia then in a fight then with Justify for that P10 position as we go through then. Housey's in the pits finally then for Housey then. My goodness me, what a stint then from Housey then. 45 laps then on the hard compound tyres. Fair play to you, sir then. That was a stint and a half then with the compound tyres going on. They will feel fantastic compared to those hard compound tyres, I am sure then, as we go through then for our race leader then. He's going to be lapped by our race leader as well then, I think, but potentially Kaz will have to make a pit stop very soon, or not very soon then, in the next part of this race I should say then. Gamer can't get past Marsky. Then the hard compound tyre, I think, has become the better tyre then at this stage then, so the medium's then starting to drop off as it stands. Here comes Kieran on Equaz then. Can he get himself through then into P6? Then he has passed his championship rival then, and up into P6 goes Kieran. Then now his next target to chase back after Bunce then, and then after Legend, Gamer and Marsky then, who are in a fight for the podium place as it stands as well then. My goodness me then. Vessier is closing in, but not close enough to pass Justify. Then Justify holds on to P10 for the now. Then Hussein then is he's still in the fight with Mushroom. Then he's got much older tyres than Mushroom though, so Mushroom might be able to get himself a bit of a gap then in the next few laps or so. Then we'll wait and see. Liam then is going to try and get himself past Hussein here. Then here he goes then on the attack then, and he has got himself through then up into P15 and passes into Sector 2 we go now. Goodness me then, so yes, fair play indeed then to everyone still soldiering on out here then as well in Brazil then. We're on to lap 47 then. Here comes Gamer then, he's closing in but he's not close enough then into turn 1 then. He's going to have to line up and move through the S's then. Can he get himself close enough to the back of that Red Bull then on the exit here then as we head out of the corner now then. There he is, he's closer, he's got DRS then. Can he get himself through? He's going to go to the outside, no, he's going to the inside I should say then, sorry, into turn 4 then. He makes the move up into P2 now, and well, on the exit though, Marsky's fighting back here then. Can he get himself back through then? Can the Red Bull then sneak back down the outside? It's going to be tight through there as we go through, and they are still side by side. Fantastic stuff indeed. But Gamer then does get himself ahead, then sneaks ahead there of the Red Bull just about then as we go through there. But fair play indeed, well battled then between the two of them then. But they've now got some company here then, and that is the pink racing ball of Bunce then. I don't know why the pink racing ball is so funny to me. But there we are then, pink racing ball of Bunce then is in P5 then. Oh, he's drifted it through into Sector 3. But he is now within DRS range and now on much fresher rubber as well then as we go through then into lap 48 then. Let's see how this is going to play out then. As Equaz now is chasing after Kieran. Bunce then can't get through. Then the problem now there's a pack there ahead of him, then a pack of 3. And he is going to have to try and get his way, pick off one by one then in this battle as well as we go through then down towards turn 4. Then Bunce then is just taking some clean air then to cool the engine after setting the pace alight. Then potentially needs to get himself save himself some temperatures, save himself some battery as well then before he makes the next attempt as well. The next overtake attempt then, that is to get himself up into P4. But as we go through the laps then, it will get more and more easy then for Justify had somebody fighting with him there. Oh, that was Vessier then. Vessier's pit for hard compound tyres now, so I think Vessier can go to the end of the Grand Prix from here then, and potentially he is trying to get an undercut then on Justify because he was right behind the Red Bull I think there as we headed through the last couple of laps or so then. But there we go then, that's me missing something once again, very important, but again being very useful. Right then, so Marsky then, Legend as well then, they're going to see. Oh, I thought Bunce had an issue somewhere there, but he hasn't. As we go diving down the inside of Legend, then into turn 1, then Legend holds on then into the centre ashes, then I think just about, but now Bunce on the attack round the outside, then switches to the inside line, then down the straight then, and Legend gave him a squeeze down there as into turn 4 we go then, but I think Bunce then has snuck ahead then. Marsky's in a fight then with Gamer on the exit of turn 4 and into 5, then Gamer's harvesting the battery, but not quite then, it stays as it was between those two as well then. But Bunce has snuck up into P4, but he's gone wide then, and that's let Legend back through then. And these two are having a mammoth fight then into Sector 2. Then Legend's now got the inside line on the exit then. Oh, it's going to be close indeed. Oh, dearie me. No, the pink racing ball has snuck through. Oh, again, has he then? Because Legend trying to switch back then, but not quite. I think Bunce has got himself through this time now. Goodness me. Fantastic stuff indeed, and what racing that was. Well, it's brought Kieran, it's brought Srivatsa, it's brought Equaz and Grip then into the conversation then as well. Then this is the conversation for P2 and 3, the final podium places. Then Marsky is looking to get that P2 sewn up then, but he has taken it away from Gamer then for the time being as we head on to lap 50. Oh god, that's a dearie me, then, and he almost spun the car then, did Marsky. Then that's going to open the door for Gamer to try and switch back through then, and yes, with the DRS then he's going to go for it, and here comes Bunce as well down the inside of them all, then not quite, then on the exit then, there's contact, then Marsky's been forced wide, then Bunce has gone through. And he's pushing Gamer through the circuit as well, then into turn 6, goodness me. I meant figuratively pushing as well there. But anyway, as we progress, as we digress, we will go through then into a lap 50 then, as 20 laps to go then here in Brazil then. It's been a frantic pace then as we go through then. Oh, it's close, but not close enough then. Bunce then is going to have to line up a move then onto the DRS straight then, and Marsky might be thinking about a move very soon as well then, because Marsky then did line up that move. He made a bit of a mistake through the S's then as well. That cost him a place to Gamer then, and now it cost him a place to Bunce as well then, going through into turn 4 and 5. Here we go then onto the main straight to start lap 51 then. Bunce is going to take P2 away from the Williams driver of Gamer then as we head into turn 1. He's going to be P2. Gamer, not Gamer, that's a Haas then of Legend, I think, shaping for a move there, but not quite doing there as we go through the next pile lap. Then Kieran now on the fresher rubber as well as Travats, and then in the other Haas then is going to be thinking about a move potentially into turn 4. Is he? No, not quite, and he stays in P6 for now. Yes, all of this backing then is bringing everyone back into the mix, isn't it then as well? Then Gamer then is staying within the mix as well then. Vessia has passed his teammate then. Of course, a bit of team order down at Aston Martin as well. Then Vessia on a charge, trying to get himself back into the points paying position and catch up to Reaper and catch up to Justify to get himself into the top 10 here. And he's not far away then as we go through lap 51 then, 20 laps to go. As it stands then, as we head through this sector then, it's getting very close indeed then for the battle from P2 all the way down to P9 as it stands, with both Williams then probably having to make another pit stop then as well, and potentially Marsky and Legend also having to make another pit stop, and Equaz I'm pretty sure will have to make another pit stop as well then, but we'll wait and see as we go through then onto lap 52 then. The problem is as well then they need to think about their pit stops ahead and advance then, because you want to maximise the speed then on your new set of rubber as well then as we go through into the centre S's. Then Marsky this time looking very good indeed then, but Gamer has still got DRS then on Bunce then, but he's starting to stretch his legs. Is the pink Racing Bull driver, I'm going to keep saying that. Legend then P5, then Kieran in P6, then Travatsa P7, Equaz in P8. Grip unfortunately has dropped off the back then as it stands, but he is doing a great job then in the Williams team, or Williams car I should say then, to get a good result for the team I should say. Gamer has dropped out of the DRS window then of Bunce then, and that is going to be problematic indeed for the Williams driver. Then he might have to start to think about a pit stop once again then here in this race. Fuel loads are coming down then, so the tyre wear might be a bit less than on the first stints as well as we go through then into sector 3. Marsky then, I think on the exit, might be thinking about that move for P3 then here on track. Then let's see, can he get himself close enough then as we head up the top of the hill then onto lap 53 then. DRS then is wide open then for the Red Bull driver then as we head onto that 53rd lap. Then he's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Then he's made the move and takes P3, but once again has another issue through the S's then, and that's going to bring himself very close to X-Gamer on the exit then, and through the S's section, and Gamer I think is going to swoop back through with the aid of some DRS here, and yes, so Gamer then retakes the place then into turn 4. Legend and Kieran very close indeed as well then as we go through there, but nothing doing between those two either then as well as we go through then. Marsky's back past Gamer as well on the exit. Oh wow. Oh wow indeed. Yes, it's well, it's getting very dense out there indeed for me. Anyway, it's now a fight just for well, it's technically still a fight for P2 because the penalty situation then for Bunce then, it means he's got 3 seconds of penalty then to be served then. 16 for Liam unfortunately then would demote him out of the top 15 as it stands as well then, but we'll wait and see then how it plays out then. Of course they've got some extra pace then I think at this point then on the fresher tyres then. Same for Musher, he's got 3 seconds, that won't cost him anything as it stands then. Justify will hold on to P10 as well then, with the 3 second penalty then to a Reaper. As although we do think there's some pit stops to come then in this race still then for those on the hard compound tyres that pit before the VSC. So let's see how it plays out then. Marsky holds on to P3 this time then. Housie has passed Vintage for P17 then with the aid of those fresh medium compound tyres and a bit of DRS then. Srivatsa has passed Kieran, then has he then into turn 4, then Srivatsa takes P6 ahead of Kieran then. Kieran then in the championship hunt then doesn't want to I don't think he wants to get involved too much in anything too shenanigan-y, if that's a word, or too much shenanigans is the term. But yeah, he just wants to make sure he gets himself some points then and gets to the end of this Grand Prix. Goodness me, then Srivatsa then losing the car, then slightly on the exit trying to put the power down. But has thankfully no harm done there as we go through then onto lap 54. Then Gamer then holding on to the back of that Red Bull, then going through into lap 55 now. Then is our race leaders then, and this pack coming through as well now. But yes, so Bunce then has got himself that 3-second gap, then would hold on to that P2 position as it stands. Then as we cross the line now, then heading through then onto lap 55. Then no moves made between Gamer and Marsky, then no moves made down at Haas. Then Kieran then stays P7, Equaz then stays P8, then Grip then is in a bit of no man's land at this stage. I think he might have to be considering a pit stop then in the near future as well. Justify is starting to reel him in actually, and getting that gap closer and closer, but of course Justify is on older tyres then, and that's a problem then for Bunce then. That is a 3-second penalty then, but that means he's got 2 3-second penalties now then. Reaper's into the pit lane, calling it day then. 26 laps on the hard compound tyres then for the Alpine machine. And he'll be able to go to the end of the Grand Prix then on a new set of medium compound tyres then as well. Good stuff indeed then from Reaper as well then. Fair play. He's soldiering out there as well, then he might be out just ahead of his teammate. It's going to be quite close on the pit exit then between the Alpine pair then heading through then through the centre S's then as well. We'll come back to that then as we go through then, and I think Reaper then might just hold on the exit there as well. Then he's going to hold on to that final points paying position as it stands. Battle resumes then, lap 56 then. Are they all going to try and go to the end of this Grand Prix then? That would be, well, that would be interesting. ERS please, says Kia then. I can't give that information away then, Kia. Happy birthday, Kia, by the way, or Dark Shadow. Yes, very sorry about, I did say earlier about the issues with the race then. Fair play indeed for holding on, and unfortunately that VSC might have played a bit of havoc then in terms of the strategies then as well then, but we'll wait and see. But happy birthday indeed then. I can't show you the ERS like in known because it gives away a lot of strategy then as well for all the drivers out there. So yes, we will yes, I'm sure, yes. Sorry, but there we go then. For your birthday, let me oh, there's some ERS. Oh, there we go. Oh no, there you go. You can see everybody's ERS if you flick through that very quickly. And now I'm going to turn it back off again. Sorry for being so mean. Right then, out in front then we've got Gamer. Then I'm sure those medium compound tyres will not make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Vintage has picked up a penalty then. That won't cost him anything as it stands. The penalties are starting to roll in, and unfortunately for Bunce, he's got 6 seconds of them. He's not got a 6-second gap. He's had an issue through the S's there as well then, I think, and Marsky then is now within 3.5 seconds as we go through then into sector 2. Then Gamer then is closing in, but he can't get close enough then on the medium compound tyres. I'm sure they are starting to fade then, unfortunately for the Williams driver there, as we go through then onto lap 57. Only 14 laps to go then at the end of this one, then we are nearly there. And like I was saying, it's been a fantastic showing then from all the drivers then putting on a spectacle then here in Brazil tonight then, and fair play indeed there as well then. So good stuff. But we're still trying to decide who's going to finish on the podium here, and as it stands, it could be anybody. So we'll wait and see. Well, we haven't really looked at this man here. Then Kaz, who has done a formidable job so far in this race. And I don't want to jinx it because just as I looked at it, I thought he made a mistake there, but he seems to be all right. He's done a formidable job this race as well. Then apart from when he did pit, then he has led every lap then as well. Then so fair play indeed. Then Equaz is into the pits. So Equaz was in the train, wasn't he? He was in that queue. potentially this could kick off then a whole raft of pit stops as well then. Medium compound tyres going on to the Racing Bull to the end of the Grand Prix. He will be out behind Justify. Well, he will be out behind Justify, but he is now coming out of the pit lane here then, so he's lost 2 places really after that pit stop then. He's lost out to the Red Bull, he's lost out to Grip then as well then. He is going to be, but he is going to be pretty fast, let's just say that then, to the end of this Grand Prix. But the problem is, what's the rest of the pack going to do then? Are they going to try and stay out then as well then, or are they going to just have to follow suit then in worry of potentially getting a puncture then in this race? Then we'll wait and see then. We saw Housley do 43 laps I think it was on the hard compound tyres, so potentially they'll be able to get themselves into the mix of that sort of range. But Gamer then might have a few problems then with the situation on the medium compound tyres, because they will puncture much quicker. And as we go through then into lap 59, then this is going to get very spicy towards the end. We've got a problem then. It's a Ferrari then. It's Styles. It is Styles. He's off the circuit there. He's just trying to get himself recovered. No. Wrong way. Oh, he's been reset the track there as well. Goodness me, then you need to put yourself into first and get yourself moving again then. As Justify has been passed by Equaz then. Equaz up into P9 and back underway then on those medium compound tyres. 14 seconds next to the gap then to Grip, who is his next target then as well then. But Grip then is another 4 seconds behind the pack that he was just in then, was Equaz. So he's got a bit of work to do then in the next couple of laps or so then. I think Styles is back underway now. Yes, he is then. He's back underway. Good stuff indeed. And that Alpine then is Hussein then, who's going to be lapped by our race leader then, Kaz then, who starts off as Gamer's got a 3-second penalty. And oh dearie me, he's going to lose out to DRS, I think, of Marvsky then, is he? Potentially here then. Legend could try and sneak his way through. Then those medium compound tyres are done and dusted then, but he's carrying on. And here comes Legend then. He's going to fight for this into turn 1, then down the inside. He's got the move done into the braking zone there then, and takes P4. And potentially, as Grip is into the pit lane, potentially could run up a move for P3. Oh, what's happened? No, that was Legend then. Legend's had an issue then on the exit, and Gamer is going back through here. Then he is back through, then up into P4. Soft compound tyres going on the Williams there. Justify is in the pit lane as well then. Justify is calling it a day then on his hard compound tyres after 37 laps then. My goodness me. Soft compound tyres going on as well then. Goodness me, that's it's going to be a sprint to the finish then for 2 of them on the soft compound tyres there. Right then, so Equaz is now 15 seconds behind the pack then as well. Then this is the pack for P3 as it stands then. But Gamer then, I think, is starting to struggle on those medium compound tyres. Unfortunately, then it's going to be costly indeed, because he's going to cost himself, well, it's going to cost him the DRS then, or is it? As we go over the crest of the hill, then he's just within that 1 second window still then. Fair play indeed. He is going to fight on for another day then, another lap at least. Good stuff. We've got a Red Bull, Williams, both Hasses then, and a kick Sauber of Kieran then as we head into turn 1 there. All in this fight then. We've had Equaz having to pit then to make sure he gets to the end of this race then without a puncture then. We've also had Grip as well then into the pits then, and the Red Bull of Justify then into the pits then for the down to P14 then for the American driver then as well then. But now on the soft compound tyres, looking to recover nicely indeed. Oh, problems. It's a Ferrari. I think it's a Ferrari. It's Styles, and I think just getting out of the way there of those coming through then. Fair play to Styles, and I think he's turned all his assists off, so that's why he's struggling so much then. But to be fair, the first half of this race, I didn't see any yellow flags from Styles, and he was just doing a great job. So unfortunately, it's just the longevity of time. But there we go then, as Gamer then, I think, has got himself recomposed then, is now going to be sticking with the DRS range then of Marsky, and potentially Marsky is doing a strong play here then. He's keeping Gamer then within that 1 second window then, as Liam has been passed by Justify as we go through into turn 6 then, as Justify up into P13. And on a charge on his soft compound tyres as well here then. So what I was saying then, potentially Marvsky is just playing this tactical as well then. Keeping Gamer in DRS range is stopping the likes of Legend, Srivatsa and Kieran from getting past Gamer then and attacking him further as well then. Potentially he is just masterminding this plan then as we go through then on lap 62 then. Potentially this is the way it's going to go then as Gamer then. Oh dear, he managed to keep it under control there, but I thought he was going a bit too far off the circuit then, but he's all good. Equaz has got that gap down to 12 seconds and he's only got 10 laps to do it though. That's the problem for Equaz then, but he's now on. He needs to get that fresh rubber burning as well quickly then, because he needs to gain at least a second and a half a lap I think here, to get himself back in contention, and of course use that extra grip then, extra pace on those fresh medium tyres then to get himself through this pack as well then, because the problem is even if he gets himself up into P3 he's going to have to try and pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers there, and he needs to get onto the back of them quickly enough then with the extra grip on those medium compound tyres to use at the point he reaches them as well then. Heading through onto lap 63. Legend cannot pass the Williams car then. Into turn 1 we go, and Marsky then holding on then. We've got a pit stop then for Star Wars onto the soft compound tyre then for the Ferrari driver then. Fair play indeed, he's just keeping going up there then. Vintage has got himself past Hussein, has he? Yes he has, and Hussein's on very very old hard compound tyres at the moment then. That's probably why, as we go now into sector 2 then for the podium quartet, well the podium potentials then as well then. Let's see what they can do then as we go through here then. Lap 62, Justify Justify and Mushroom. Justify has gone through then up into P12, and on the soft compound tyres then. He was in P10 then. The question is, can he get himself back up into P10 as well then? Reflections on very old hard compound tyres potentially might be able to be caught and then passed then as well. Then Vessia might be able to be in a better spot then towards the end of this race, and we'll wait and see. We'll find out then as we go then, but there we go then. We have 10 seconds the gap between Equaz and this pack as we head through onto lap 64. Then the gap not coming down quick enough, I don't think, for Equaz to get himself back into the mix then. And of course he will have catching is one thing, passing is yet another then, as we have a very famous quote then from a very famous commentator, Sean Meek. Sean Meek then is very famous. Here we go then. Gamer he's just about, is he going to be able to make that move then into turn 4? No, not quite then, and the same for Legend just behind as well there. Kieran then I think is going to be frustrated, but it's the same for Srivatsa as well then, as Legend is going to go for a move then on the Williams then into turn 6 then. Gamer's gone wide then, and that's Gamer I think, oh god, he's going to come back on. Oh no, and Srivatsa's almost lost control of the car there as well then, goodness me, but Legend has got through. Goodness me then, fantastic stuff indeed then. Well, not fantastic for Gamer's point of view then, but there we go then, as Legend might be able to try and sneak away then at this point then, as we head through onto lap 65 then for our race leader as well then. Fair play indeed, I keep saying it, but always just if I pick another penalty, that could be costly indeed. For the finishing position, that is. Of course the penalties will be added onto his race time at the end of the Grand Prix, but Legend then was able to sneak through then, and maybe could mount a late charge then for that final podium place here as well. Then we'll wait and see as we go through now. Then Gamer then has lost, he hasn't lost DRS on the two ahead of him then. Actually he's doing a fantastic job in this stint. 32 laps then, soon to be 33 on the medium compound tyre then, is nothing to be sniffed at for sure then. And there we go then, as we head through into sector 2 then. He is back within DRS range and he has lost one place to Legend, but he's still holding on then. He's still fighting then at this point of this race then, and Srivatsa's getting closer but not close enough as we go into sector 2 now as well then. Out in front, 11 seconds the gap. Then Bunce has got a 6-second penalty, unfortunately, then it's going to be added to his name, but it won't lose him any spots then, because 9 seconds the gap back to Marsky then, who's just looking to hold on for a first podium of the season. We'll wait and see that if he can do that in 5 laps time or so then, as Reflection has been passed by Justify, and Justify needs to get himself up the road if he wants to hold on to that spot, because of course he's on the soft compound tyres, but he's got a lot of penalties then to be added on to his race time here as well then. Grip then as well is catching up then. He's got 10 seconds to catch them, but unfortunately I think there might be P9 he's going to have to settle for in this race as it stands as well then. Equaz now 6 seconds behind, but it's just not enough laps then, I don't think, for Equaz to get himself back in the mix as we go through into lap 66 then. Oh, my voice is getting tired. It's been an epic race to commentate on, to be fair. I think, yeah, fair play indeed to everybody who's been putting on a shift. It's a problem. I think it's Bunce who's had an issue then. I don't think he was off for too long then. There's no damage to the car. But Bunce then I think could have won this race then if he didn't have these errors then as well then. But fair play indeed. Then he's got the errors out of the system and just cracked on then as well then. Marvsky, I don't think is going to be close enough to make any gains then with the penalty situation for the racing ball, the pink racing ball. I've got to say the pink one. But there we go then. Marvsky then is now under pressure, I think, from Legend, or he will be, onto the DRS straight to start off lap 67 here then as we cross then over the crest of the hill then. Here comes Legend on the attack then. Gamer is just staying within DRS range then, and that is saving him his soul at this point, but I think it might be not enough then as here comes Srivatsa. No, he stays behind. He thinks better of it for now then, goodness me. Oh, wow. As now I think the pressure starts to mount, because here comes the Haas once again then down towards turn 4 then. Is he going to get close enough? No, once again not close enough here. Oh, that's a Ferrari off in the background, but that was I think Styles getting out of the way then of Grip then potentially. No, it's not. It's Equaz then, who's now 4 seconds away then, and the gap is coming down now for Equaz then. It is charging down then. Reaper has passed Mushroom for P13 on the track as it stands as well then. Goodness me, then I'm absolutely loving this. Fair play to everybody then for putting on a fantastic Brazilian show tonight then as well. And goes to everybody as well. And Dark Shadow as well, and unfortunately on his birthday. Oh God, then, and that Williams wanted to go one way and Gamer wanted it to point the other, and that might be costly here then as we cross then into lap 68 then. I think Gamer has lost DRS then, and the Srivatsa then will make easy way through then up into P5 then. Unfortunately for Gamer, this is going to be a terrible stuff indeed there for the Williams driver then as we go into turn 1 then. Srivatsa goes deep then, and cost him a bit of time then on the exit then as we go through then into the center S's then, and Kieran's next to try his luck here as well then. Going through down towards turn 4 then, he's pushing the Williams then as we go into turn 4 then. Gamer is still ahead. Wow. Right, this is well, not what Legend and Marvsky wanted to see then, I don't think, because oh no, it's Gamer. Oh no, there's contact between the championship leader then and Gamer as well, and they've both got off there. Then Equaz has snuck through into P7 there. And Equaz now in the mix, and his championship rival is right ahead of him here then on lap 68 then. So Equaz then did get himself in the mix. They have lost 3 seconds or so then to Srivatsa, and then Srivatsa is pushing to get himself within the 1 second window then of his teammate as we head through then into lap 69 then. Giggity. No jokes there, actually, thank you very much. We're very serious. There we go then. He has, I think, got DRS then, has Srivatsa then, and he's got 6 lap younger tyres than his teammate. Equaz has passed Kieran for P6 now. The problem with that issue that Gamer and Kieran have had is, as Kieran I think was very eager to get himself past the Williams, then of course the Williams then is well now struggling then with the older tyres as well then. But fair play indeed for Gamer then putting on a fantastic show as well then, and to be able to get that far on those medium compound tyres is a fantastic effort indeed in my book. Just need to make sure he gets it to the line as well then as we head through then into lap 70 then in just a jiffy. The penultimate lap of the Grand Prix is soon to be underway here. Hungry Styles is back in the pit lane, or he's coming back out of the pit lane actually, on a new set of soft compound tyres. And Legend then is going to be breathing down the neck then of Marvsky then, but he's got his teammate to worry about as well then as we go through then into sector 3. Srivatsa is closing in then, and he's got better tyre wear than he's got much better tyre than in tyre wear in terms of the tyre life. That is, it depends on what he's been doing with the tyres actually, whether that is better tyre wear. But there we go then as we head through then onto lap 70. The penultimate lap of the Grand Prix is underway then, and Legend, can he get a move for P3 then? It is going to be his target then as well. Then Marvsky is going to do everything he can to try and fight him off then, as we've got only a lap and a half, or lap and 2 sectors to go now heading into turn 4. Not close enough for Legend then. He holds on, does Marsky then. This could be a fantastic podium indeed for the Red Bull driver then. He can hold back the two Hasses then for one more lap then. 1.5 more laps then as well then as we go through then into turn 6 and 7 then. And so far so good then. Justifier's caught up to Vessia as well here then. Vessia then, is he going to try and do a bit of Aston Martin teamwork and gain the spot then on for Reflection then, because Reflection, well, Justifier's got 6 seconds of penalties then, and Reflection is within the 6 seconds, and Liam's got a penalty as it stands, but it won't cost him, then he'll be in the final points paying position then at the moment, that is. Lap 71 of 71 has commenced here then in Brazil then. Bunce in P2. Marvsky 10 seconds back then. He's now got some pressure mounting then, because here comes Legend on the attack then in towards turn 1. Can he fight him off? Then I think he's too far back to make the move, and is Legend. He stays in P4 for now then, but there's still one more opportunity then as well as we go down towards the Sena de Lago as we go through here. Let's see then if Marvsky can fight him off for one more DRS then as we go down towards turn 4. They're harvesting the battery then as we go through there. Then nothing doing then. It stays as it was then. Great stuff indeed. And well, oh, yellow flags, that's for Styles. I think then Styles had an issue then out of the final corner then through into sector 2 we go then, but we're going to have to go over to our race leader then from pole position then. He crosses the line very soon then to claim victory here in Brazil then, and what a race then from the green machine of Kaz then. Kaz wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed then from the Kick Sauber driver then, and what a race indeed from pole position to the top spot of the checkered flag as well then. Brilliant stuff then from Kaz. Bunce will cross the line then in P2 then and take P2 as well then with the penalty situation. Fantastic race from Bunce then. A few mistakes were costly indeed. Potentially could have been up there as well then. Marvsky holds on to P3 for a podium place, and Marvsky claims his first podium of the season. What a fantastic race then from the Red Bull driver then, and a fantastic race from Marvsky as well then, and credit to him as well then, holding back the aggressors as well. What a race from the Red Bull driver then. Brilliant stuff indeed then all throughout as well then. Legend in P4 then couldn't quite make it, 0.2 of a second in the end then. Stravanza in P5, 73 thousandths away then in P5. Equaz P6 in the end, did catch up in the end of that battle there, but unfortunately not quick enough then as well then to catch up. That is not, he was very quick indeed. Kieran in P7, then Gamer, then P8 in the end, then Grip then in P9, Vessia P10, Reflection in P11. Well played Marvsky as well then, says Equaz then. Nothing I could do then, says Equaz in the comment section. Oh my god. Well, there we are. There is the podium celebrations underway then. We will get some celebrations, some interviews underway very, very shortly as well then. But brilliant stuff indeed then from all the drivers then who were taking part then as well. And everyone who got themselves to the checkered flag then. That's the most important thing then, as the celebrations then get underway in Brazil there as well. Fantastic for the Kick Sauber then of Kaz then, the Racing Bull of Bunce then, and of course the first podium sitter then of the season of season 6 that is, Marvsky there as well then. Oh my goodness me then. And what a race that was. Fair play indeed. You can tell I'm losing my voice. So we go through then. And well done indeed to everybody who got themselves to that checkered flag as well then. And credit to you all then for putting on a fantastic show then here tonight. Let me see if I can invite people to the party chat. Can I invite people to the party chat, please? Marvsky. Oh, I need to invite Bunce as well. Unfortunately, I can't invite Kaz because he is on PC and I don't have the capabilities. But congratulations to Kaz as well then, of course. As we'll try and get everybody in the... Oh, I can invite him. Right, good stuff. Right, I think we've got everybody in here, to be fair. well, we've got our we've got Marvsky in here, which is what I meant. Marvsky, then what a podium then from yourself. Then you well, you started off in that race, then down in P10, then and just made your way through. Then what was your thoughts as you went through on those hard compound? As you started to go through on that stint on the hard compound tire?
It was a little bit onto the unknown. I didn't know that I was going to last that long. To be fair, I kept checking my tyre wear. I didn't initially plan on two stop, but then I was in the thick of it and battling with everybody, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stop out, see what happens. If they overtake me, then I'm pit. If not, then see how far I can take them. And thankfully, it's worked out for me.
And it worked out in the end. Then, you, of course, in those final 20 laps or so, you had the Hasses, you had the likes of Legend, you had Srivatsa, you had Kieran and Ekwaz then all fighting you as well. Then, and of course, you had Gamer then on the medium compound tyres, who was pretty quick then at the beginning of that stint. Were you worried? Well, did you know that you were going to be able to get to the end of the race then, or were you just trying to take it lap by lap to see what happened?
I was taking it lap by lap, and then I kept checking with the ex gamer had done stupid amount of laps on his medium. I was like, how is he still keeping up pace with that amount of laps on the medium? So I didn't get him very far. So I thought if the mediums can go that far, I'm just going to keep going with the hards and hopefully they get me to the end.
And a first podium of the season, then a fantastic result from yourself. Then, what does it feel like from your point of view?
It's a big relief. It's nice to have a podium. It's it'll probably be the only podium of the season, but it's nice to get one.
And credit to you as well. Then, fantastic race from yourself. And like I said, putting the pain then putting the pace, I should say, then in the Red Bull as well tonight. Then and showing the Haas teams, showing the racing balls and the kicks how to do it as well. Then for the podium as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then for a fantastic race, and congratulations then on the podium.
Yes, thank you very much.
Go and have an Easter egg to celebrate.
I will.
Nice one indeed then. And that'll be that then for tonight. Then we are wrapped up. Then we've got Mexico tomorrow night then for gold. And the same then on Tuesday for silver. And of course for bronze on Wednesday as well then. So stay tuned to ALR. There's plenty more action coming up then. And we will see you soon.